Yeah, this is case number 341 on the calendar in the matter of Moore versus McDonald.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat.
Ms. Moore, the defendant was a tenant of yours, according to your complaint, and it is your claim that when you told him to move, he refused to pay rent and then trashed the apartment before he left. You want him to pay for the damage. Mr. McDonald says that you made the place untenable. He couldn't live there. He was forced to move, and he caused no damage to your apartment, right? Mm-hmm. Was this a house or an apartment?
It was a house, Your Honor.
You were renting rooms in the house?
I was renting one bedroom to Chris.
Had you ever done that before?
Yes.
When did you rent the room to Mr. McDonald?
Mr. McDonald moved in on August 15th.
Did he sign a lease?
Yes.
How long was the lease?
It was not for a contractual period. It was a month-to-month agreement.
How did you find him?
I found him. I placed an ad online, which was maybe not the smartest decision in hindsight, but I was trying not to lose my house after my husband left.
What was the rent arrangement, Mr. McDonald?
$100 plus a third of the bills with a $100 security deposit.
So you moved in on August 15th. Did you pay rent for August?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he pay rent for August?
Yes, Your Honor.
What about September?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
When did you move out?
I moved out October 27th, I believe.
Did you pay her October?
No, ma'am.
Why not?
Because on September, I believe, 24th, I received a call from my godfather stating that he received a call from her. She went into my room and found a BB gun and was panicking about finding a BB gun in my room. I had my actual weapon with me. I have a 9mm in my truck at the time. So I knew it wasn't my 9mm.
Shh. Just a minute. You have a weapon.
Yes, ma'am.
Why do you need a gun?
Basically, it's a Second Amendment right. I'm allowed to own a weapon.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Do you have any special need for it?
No, for personal protection.
Okay. So she called your whatever and said that you found the gun. She was uncomfortable. And so?
And then the next day, I received another call up at work. Apparently, she went into my room for some reason or another. I suspect basically snooping because she found the gun.
Don't tell me what you suspect. Just tell me what the call said and from whom you received it.
From her. She wanted to know why I'm hoarding mass weapons of destruction, was her exact words.
Okay.
Okay. And I told her, basically, I've owned the weapons since I moved in, and that I can discuss this with her when I'm not at work. And at that point, she informed me that, no, it's not up for discussion. I want you out sooner than 30 days. And I just said, okay.
Okay.
So I also let her know that I would not be paying rent due to the fact that I had to put deposits down on an apartment, you know, electrical deposits, you know, all that stuff.
Your Honor, he's lying.
Judge, I know you raised your hand, but I did not acknowledge you to speak.
I apologize.
Mr. McDonald, you have to pay October's rent, unless your agreement required a 30-day notice, which she didn't give you.
The lease did require a 30-day notice.
I'd like to take a look at it.
Okay. Here's the lease agreement. It also says all roommates will respect others' belongings and privacy.
Just a second.
Yes, ma'am.
I can read. I want to look at one thing.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, I may be missing it because I'm reading it quickly. Will you please point out the line where she has to give you 30 days notice? It says you have to give her 30 days notice. Point out the line where she has to give you 30 days notice.
I don't see it in here, Your Honor.
It's not in there, Mr. McDonald. That contract that you signed, and since pretty much you know the law because you know the Constitution, it doesn't say she has to give you 30 days notice.
By Texas state law, she's
Don't tell me
required.
Texas state law. You're not in Texas. So you have to pay her October's rent.
Okay.
It's not her problem that you had to put money down elsewhere. You know, that's the agreement that you signed. You could have put in there, listen, I have to give you 30 days notice. You've got to give me 30 days notice.
I didn't expect her to be psycho.
Then you wouldn't want to live with a psycho, right?
Oh, no.
Very good. So there are alternatives. Go live in a motel if you don't want to live with a psycho, but if you live in a house, you have to pay rent, right? Now, let's talk about the vandalism. Next, let me see pictures of the vandalism.
Yes, Your Honor.
You wanted him out because you felt uncomfortable because of the weapons, Miss Moore?
Yes.
What were you doing snooping around in his room?
I was not snooping. I was trying to prepare my house to get it on the market so that I could sell it.
Miss Moore, that's just fine, sweetheart, as long as you don't rent out parts of your house to somebody else. Then you can't prepare it by going into their room. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. He was aware that I was going to paint, though.
Listen to me. You can paint. You can do whatever you want. You weren't going into his room to paint.
Yes, Your Honor, I was.
You had your paintbrush all ready to go?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't believe you.
I did.
Listen.
I did.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Snooping around.
No, Your Honor, I did not.
Well, that's what happened. You found things in there because you went in there. Okay, so he's got guns and knives. That's what he likes.
Your Honor, those were never displayed until I gave him a notice to vacate, and then he was visually trying to intimidate me with those.
Well, why did you give him a notice to vacate before you saw the weapons?
I gave him notice to vacate because he was leaving my house unlocked. He was a slob. It was clear that I wasn't going to be able to sell my house with him living in it.
Got it. Is this his room?
Yes.
Is this how he left it, or is this when he was living there?
That's when he was living there.
You get an F for neatness, Mr. McDonald. You get an A for Constitution and F for neatness. Where did you move from? From an apartment, sir?
I actually moved from my uncle's house out in Tonopah, Arizona.
Was he neat? Mm-hmm. Were you sloppy in his house, too?
No, ma'am.
Why were you so sloppy in her house?
Pretty much, I was working close to 16 hours a day with that, and when I got home, honestly, I was tired.
You rented to a slob.
I learned that.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
The sheriff had to tell her 12 times, where's the handgun?
And his handgun was never removed from the premises. I put it in the garage in the closet because I feared for my safety.
And later today,
The two people who do not have a legally binding contract, like a marriage certificate, to open...
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. April Moore claims former tenant Christopher McDonald owes for rent, bills, and damage to her home. April says Christopher is obsessed with guns.
Okay. Now, there came a time, according to your complaint, Ms. Moore, that you felt uncomfortable, so you moved out of the house for a while. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
When did you move out?
It's hard to say it wasn't official. I started staying
October
with
3rd.
my friend Angie here in the beginning of October, end of September. Nobody felt safe with me in the house with him. He's got a criminal record about 12 pages long.
Listen to me.
Yes.
Listen to me. You moved out the end of September, the beginning of October, until they moved out.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You have an estimate for the cleanup of the house?
Yes. I also have bills for the utilities when I was not staying in the house because I feared for my safety.
I'm not interested in those.
Okay.
Give them back
First
to her.
packet. These are receipts for having the house rekeyed and recleaned and...
Do you have a security deposit?
Yes.
Okay, so that takes care of rekeying.
One time. It was rekeyed 3 times, Your Honor.
How many times did you rekey the house, Mr. Moore?
Keyed the house once when I came home and had to call the sheriff due to the fact that I was locked out. And when the sheriffs told her that she needed to give me a key so I can lock the doors, she informed them no, she would not give me a key, and no, she would not return the handgun that she had stolen. The sheriff had to tell her 12 times, where's the handgun? And each time she told him, I'm not going to tell you.
And his handgun was never removed from the premises. I put it in the garage in the closet because I feared for my safety.
Do you have your handgun now, sir?
Not on me.
No, do you have it now?
Yes, ma'am.
I know you wouldn't get in here with it. All right, listen to me, madam. You pay to have the windows cleaned yourself. His problem is not having to re-clean and make your house spick and span. His problem is that he has to take care of the cleaning that's over and above normal wear and tear, and I'm going over these bills very carefully. Who are you living with now, by the way, sir?
I had to get a duplex with Corey, the other roommate.
Is he neat, too, or is he a slob?
No, he's neat. But right now, if you walked into our house, it's beautiful.
Her place should have been beautiful, too. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $819. That's all. Step out.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She might have been concerned about who she had rented her room to, but, you know, that's something she should have considered beforehand.
I don't want a criminal living under my roof with a 12-page-long criminal record, including assault on a family member.
I do have a criminal history, not 12 pages long, though.
I don't want that armed and dangerous and in my house with me.
I do have assault, you know, small stuff like that. No felonies, though.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Crockett versus Wilhelm. Step forward, please.
24-year-old Jennifer Crockett is suing her former roommate, 21-year-old Suzanne Wilhelm, for rent, stolen property, and money taken from their joint account.
Ms. Crockett, the defendant was your roommate. You signed a lease together. You claim at the end of the lease she owed you a month's rent. She overdrew a joint checking account that you had for bills, and that she either used or took your clothes, and thereby rendering them useless to you. You wanted to pay for that, too. When did you move in together?
We moved in July 16th of 05.
And when was the lease up?
April 30th of 06. It was a 9-month lease.
When did you move out, Miss Wilhelm?
Moved out the end of March.
So there was 1 month left to go on the lease. Is that the month's rent that you are
Yes.
saying that she owes you?
Yes.
Okay. And you said you paid it.
Yes, I did.
Show me.
I don't have proof of it. I had a money order paid to the landlord. They lost it. I showed proof of that to them. I only had 1 copy of it.
Just a minute. You lived in this apartment with your boyfriend and your child.
Correct.
How did you and your boyfriend pay the rent every month?
Through money order.
Directly to the landlord? Did the landlord give you a receipt?
Yes, that was a
Did you-
photocopy.
Shh. When did you pay the landlord rent?
The 3rd of April.
And where did you get the money from?
From me and the witness.
And your boyfriend?
Correct.
Did you cash a check or did you take it from the bank?
Took it from the bank.
Where is the bank statement showing that you took it out of the bank on the 3rd of April?
I just did a money order. I had cash.
Now listen to me. Now just said to me that you took the money out of the bank. Show me a bank statement showing the money that you took out of the bank.
I don't have that, ma'am.
Well, so here's what you had. You had the opportunity to get that. You had the opportunity to get a copy of the receipt that the landlord gave you each time you paid rent, and you came to court with nothing, right?
Correct.
Okay. Did she pay the last month's rent?
No.
Good. How much was her share of last month's rent?
$858.75 after it was late. It was $50 late fee because it wasn't paid on time.
And you paid it?
Yes.
Okay. Can I see a statement that you paid it?
Yes.
So far, Miss Wilhelm, you owe $858. Because you can't come here with a story and no proof. You knew why you were coming, and you could have gotten the evidence. You either chose not to do it because you're lazy or because it's non-existent. Okay. Now let's take care of the bank account. Explain this bank account to me, Miss Crockett.
The bank account was a joint account that Susie and I went and set up to...
All right. Let me tell you this. How old are you?
24.
Never do that again.
I've learned. This was my big mistake.
I mean, you have reservations when you get married opening up a joint checking account, but certainly a roommate, you open up a joint checking account, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, the most ridiculous thing I can think of for two people who do not have a contract, a legally binding contract between them, like a marriage certificate, to open up a joint bank account is the dumbest thing. Listen out there, youngsters. Okay, so you opened up a joint bank account, I assume, to pay your bills.
Yes.
How much money did you put into the bank?
Every month we'd add up the bills and I would deposit that amount, so I was never putting in more than what was needed to pay the bills.
You mean each of you put in the same thing? Did that pay for the rent too? Well, how does she owe you $858?
Because she decided in December to start using it as her own personal checking account, and I have all of the statements showing her Old Navy charges, Bel Air charges, gas station charges, and overdrew the account. When I found out it was overdrawn and she had been writing bad checks, I asked to close out the account.
Why did you do that, Miss Wilhelm?
I didn't. I used the Bel Air stuff was for groceries because it was also used for groceries.
No, was not.
The Old Navy, yeah, I mistaked it because I had two bank accounts. I had my own and I had one joint. And I took the money out of my account and I put it into the joint account for the Old Navy.
When?
A couple weeks later. I don't have exactly the date.
Well, you must have the records. You're going to show me where you made a deposit to cover the Old Navy bill. You have all the records? Show me where you saw the Old Navy bill and took the money out of one account and put it in the joint account in order to cover the Old Navy bill.
Okay.
Give it to her.
There was also Kohl's.
We're going to do one at a time. She's going to show me.
Okay.
Just trying to provide a little background music while we look.
Like Jeopardy.
Listen, Merv Griffin has done very well with that. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, so the guy who wrote it, I guess.
He wrote it.
Oh, he wrote that?
He wrote it.
Wow.
Every time it plays, he gets a royalty. Did you find what you were looking for, Miss
I
Wilhelm?
found it, but
Okay.
it doesn't have the money.
How much was the check that you wrote to Old Navy?
It was $122.02.
Good. And then you realized that you made a mistake a couple of weeks later, right? That's what you said. So there should be a corresponding $120.02 deposit. Shh. A couple of weeks later when you realized your mistake. So find it.
I transferred money. That was $70.
I'm not asking for $70. I'm talking about $120.02.
I didn't transfer that much.
Right. Now, let's go through some of the other bills. A Kohl's bill, you said.
Yes, there was Kohl's.
How much was the Kohl's bill? What was the check for? Because I assume you made another mistake.
There's about 50.
Shut.
Sorry.
I'm not going through 50. I'm merely making a point.
Right.
Kohl's, what was the amount?
$77.42.
All right, now assuming that that was yet another mistake, you want to find a corresponding transfer for $77.42.
There wasn't.
Okay, so Ms. Wilhelm, I'm not going to bother myself with going over. It seems clear that Ms. Crockett is correct when she said that you started using this joint account that was opened up with the express purpose of paying joint bills, period. How much does she owe you from the joint account?
She owes me $867.20.
Can I see that, please? Now, when you found out that she had been using this account, did you have a discussion about it?
Yes, I did. She didn't really have an explanation for me.
Why were you in such financial distress?
I wasn't at the time.
Well, clearly you were either in financial distress or you're very poor at keeping records. What about him? What does he do?
He works.
Yeah.
He works at a sheet metal company.
Is he the father of your child?
Yes, he is.
So why don't you use his checking account to pay for this stuff?
I don't know.
Who are you living with now?
His mother.
Where do you work?
I work at Lennon's and Things.
So why don't you have your own place?
Because I went back to school, and so it was really hard on us.
What?
I was just going to explain that the reason we moved back in with my mom was she was doing school, and also her hours, her hours at her job varied.
You have a joint bank account with her now?
No, I don't. We did have, but we closed it. We closed it. Yeah.
How come you closed it? Come on, talk honestly to me. You don't talk honestly to me.
It was through my bank. We had problems with it. I didn't want to deal with it.
You had what kind of problems?
I honestly don't remember.
Got to watch out.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you want to go into this clothes nonsense?
Yes, I had started noticing several items of clothing missing, and I confronted her about it. She told me she had no idea what I was talking about, that maybe her boyfriend had mistakenly taken my clothes out of the dryer and put them in her room after I found 8 pairs of $100 jeans in her bedroom. So after he said, no, that was not the case, I kind of figured, okay, she must be getting into my bedroom stealing things. So I put a lock on my door. It was the kind of lock you can pick with a screwdriver, so that wasn't keeping her out. Still, many things were coming up missing. So I decided to go change the lock with a key. Suddenly nothing was missing anymore, but when they left the last month and left a mess in the apartment, I started to try to clean up and found several of my belongings in her room, most of them undergarments that I was not going to take back.
Cut away cheap. I'm not dealing with underpants, if you don't mind. You know, 17 years of postgraduate work, I don't do underwear.
I don't...
Charge him for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,725. That's all. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
When I went with her to pick out her bridal dress, I saw my bra in the dressing room, so I know for a fact that she took those things.
I don't even fit into her clothes.
I was being the nice friend and not being confrontational, and it bit me.
We were good friends.
I'm not nearly as trusting. I question everything.
I don't know. It's up to her to see if we can be friends.
I will never be so open.
That's case number 318 on the calendar in the matter of Purdue versus Higgins. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Purdue.
Good morning.
Good morning. According to your complaint, sir, you gave the defendant rings pursuant to a relationship that the two of you were in.
Yes.
And she was living with you for a brief period of time, and you claimed that there was a promise that if the relationship did not turn out, she would give you the rings back. You claimed that the relationship did not work out, she left, and you don't have the rings.
Yes, ma'am.
The second part of your lawsuit is a claim for a small loan, I think it was $40-some-odd, in order to permit her to get a restraining order against a boyfriend of hers who was supposed to be an abusive boyfriend,
yes, ma'am,
who she subsequently went back to.
Yes, ma'am.
And you want that money back.
Yes.
And Ms. Higgins says that she did not have a relationship with you, that she was really nothing more than a housekeeper for you, a housekeeper/companion, that the rings were a gift. However, when you said you wanted them back, she went over to your house and threw them in your yard. Is that right?
Your Honor.
How long have you known her, Mr. Purdue?
Approximately 9 months.
Where did you meet her?
Met her in a bar. She was my buddy's girlfriend at the time I met her. And before the night was over, she was sucking my fingers and everything, wanting to...
Your Honor, that's a lie.
Listen to me. I don't want you to get into anything that I don't have to hear in order to make this lawsuit. Do you understand? There are certain things that I don't have to hear graphically. She was making advances towards you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Within a week, she broke up with this guy, and she called me and wanted me to move her out of there and move her into my house.
How did she get your home telephone number?
I was more than anxious. I mean, I was a willing party at the time.
Okay,
You
go
know,
ahead.
I was impressed with her, and She was a hot number in my book. But within a week, she'd moved into my house. I tried to, lead a normal life and everything, but she just didn't have it in her. 3 days or so, and she'd be gone all night. Then she'd come back in the morning, smelling like a billy goat, and I'd kick her out, and then the telephone calls would come back again, and we're back in another relationship again. This girl needs help. She doesn't have a job.
No, she doesn't need help. You need help.
Yeah, okay, I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Tell me about the rings, sir.
Okay, I'd bought the rings in 1987 for my
what?
wife, and she's deceased of 3 years. And because Liz always identified so much, she told me, she says, I feel so close to your wife and everything. I know. Yes, I give her rings. And I told her at the time I gave them to her, because we had such a rocky relationship, we've been together and kicked her out several times. I've had the police drag her out from the door. Anyway, when I gave them to her, I says, because these rings mean so much to me, if this doesn't work out, I have to have the rings back. She agreed. We were engaged 3 days.
You mean when you gave her the rings, you thought that they were given as an engagement?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, did you ask her to marry you?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you say to her?
I says, Liz, will you marry me? She says, yes. To me, that was a contract. 3 days later, she stayed out all night. I presume now it was with Ken.
This is the boyfriend.
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead.
This was the one that the $42 is about. But where was I now?
You were giving her the rings that were so sentimentally valid for you because you had bought them for your deceased wife in 1987, and you gave them to somebody who came home every third night smelling like a billy goat.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
That's where you were.
She just 3 days we were engaged. She goes out that night, spends out all night long. I don't know where she was or anything. I broke off the engagement. I'm driving her back to her mother's house. And she says, Bill, please let me have the rings for a couple of days. I says, why do you want the rings? She says, I want to save face in front of my family, my mother, and my kids. I says, okay, but I've got to have them back. When I went to get them back, she absolutely refused.
Okay. And then she's going to tell me that when you said, give me the rings, I want the rings, I want the rings, she came over to your house and you threw them in the yard. Is that right?
What happened was he had started driving by my house and calling all the time. And one day he came over and all I had on was a T-shirt. He came in and he tried to hug me and he grabbed my breasts. At the time,
would you get to the rings, please?
Okay, I was with Ken. Okay.
Good for you. Would you
Ken
get to the rings, please?
This is what he said. He said, I want you to prove that you're done with Bill Perdue officially, okay? So we got in his van, he drove, we drove by, and I threw the rings in his yard and called to let him know that they were there.
You're an idiot. All right. Strike you. Strike you. Now, let me go through this with you, Mr. Perdue. She told you at some point in between her going out in the evening that she had to get a restraining order against him. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what did you say to her?
I went with her down to the town court. We did file a temporary restraining order. I gave her the money. She filed it. A month later, you go back and make it permanent in front of a judge. But the night before, we'd gone out for a couple of drinks, and she started to fight for no reason. I've got no idea why she's so mad, but she's starting to fight. So I says, you got to fight? I said, I don't care. But she said, okay, I'm going to court tomorrow by myself.
Your Honor, there was no argument.
Shh. I found out that she went to court. As soon as Ken walked in, they went outside for a long time. She came back in and dropped charges on that very day.
Fine, that still doesn't make this a loan, sir. Mr. Perdue. It doesn't make it a loan.
She asked me for the money.
Your Honor, he told me he was giving me the money.
Miss Higgins, don't interrupt me. That doesn't make it a loan, Mr. Perdue. She asked you for the money. You gave her the money.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a gift. That's not a loan. So let's just deal with the rings. All right. Now, Miss Higgins, I want you to tell me your version of the rings.
Okay. He had bought these rings. Okay. They were sitting in his house. Okay. In a box. Finally, one night he comes and he says, he looks right at me and he says, Liz, I know, and these are exact words, I know that you're probably never going to marry me, but I bought these for you. They're your rings. I took the rings. It's that simple.
So you were really nothing more than a housekeeper for him.
He and I...
Shh. That's what you say in your answer, that you took care of the house, you cleaned up, you cooked, and you were a companion. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So it was a job.
It wasn't necessarily a job. I mean, we were both benefiting from it. I was staying there and taking a break from my house, and my mom's handicapped, and I take care of her. So I was taking a break from that. And he was benefiting by eating and having his house cleaned.
So that it was a barter arrangement, but still a job. You got free room and board, and he got his house cleaned.
Right.
And his refrigerator replenished with cooked food.
That's right, Your Honor. I bought the groceries.
Shh. Then can you explain to me why he would say to an employee, you're probably never going to marry me, but I bought these rings for you?
Because
so you answer me.
That's the reason I left, Your Honor, because he started getting obsessive. And at one point in time, he started referring himself to me as Daddy.
Okay, let me ask you this question, Ms. Higgins. Do you believe that if you hadn't taken the rings and encouraged a relationship, if I believe your story, you say, no, I'm not, Mr. Perdue, I'm not taking these rings from you because you're right, I'm not going to marry you. I am your housekeeper. Do you think that he would have become obsessive?
He was already, before we had lived together prior to this, he had already become obsessive. See, I stayed with him for a while before. When he was telling you that he met me through a boyfriend I had at the time,
yes.
Okay? And I would invite him over at that time to cook meals for him, okay? Because I knew his wife had just died. I had heard all kinds of different things about him.
Okay.
So anyway, back then, he asked me to come and stay, okay? And he was missing home-cooked meals, and at the time, that's all he wanted, okay? And I was staying with him. Then he began wanting more, and he wanted sex and different things, and I moved out at that time, too. Now, this time he promised me it would be different.
Now, what prompted you, if he wanted all of these things, what prompted you to move back there?
Because we had been friends without me living there. We had just remained friends.
Is there any reason, Miss Higgins, why when Genius over here told you that he wanted to know that you were finished with Mr. Perdue once and for all, and according to you, you drove by the house and threw the rings in the yard, you couldn't do the civilized thing, which would have been to put the rings in a box, take it to the post office, and mail it to him?
Your Honor, at that time I was very angry because the reason this conversation between Ken and I even started in the first place. In fact, can I call him up here, Your Honor, for this?
Oh, I would love to hear from him.
I can. But anyway, the thing is that I was angry because he was driving by the house and we were getting phone calls, and my kids had told me.
Why didn't you just give him back the rings?
Because my kids had told me.
Why didn't you just give him?
I didn't want to see him.
Why didn't you just give him back the rings?
He was obsessed with me, and I didn't want to see him.
You don't have to see him. Mail him back the rings.
I was extremely angry.
What were you angry about?
Because my kids had come to me and told me that he was trying to bribe my kids.
Why didn't you just return the rings?
I was angry, and I just went and threw them in his yard, and I called him, told him there they were.
Listen.
Because his threats, he was threatening that somebody was looking around for him to beat him up and everything else. And I was so fed up with the guy.
You want to say anything to me?
Yes, Your Honor. Her and I have had a rocky relationship, but the thing is, I'm tired of the phone calls from him at 7 o'clock in the morning every day. He's come in between our relationship enough times. He was a nice guy when I met him, but he got worse and worse, and it just conflict between him and I. He would kind of come by the house in the middle of the night.
You don't think that she's partially responsible for that?
I think they're both responsible for some things.
Fine, right. The fact that you are not sleeping with him, sir, doesn't mean that he's more responsible than she is. She took advantage
Your Honor,
of him.
I wasn't sleeping with him.
I didn't say you sleeping with him, madam. I said the fact that he's not sleeping with him.
Oh, okay.
You see, the reason he's angry with him is because why should he be angry with you? The two of you share a bed together. He says you're equally responsible. The two of you are equally responsible. Well, the reason he's mad at him instead of you is because he sleeps with you, and he doesn't sleep with him. Now, do you understand that? That may be confusing to you. Not you,
No,
but
I
him.
understand.
Now, you understand. All right? So, they're equally responsible, but not really. She's more responsible. You want me to tell you why? Is your name Ken?
Yes, ma'am.
Ken.
Judge.
There's no fool like an old fool. He's an old fool. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
Got a younger woman, makes him feel younger, makes him feel stronger, gets a little obsessive. She encourages him a little bit. She encourages him a lot because she's got to get away from one boyfriend, she moves in with him. She's got to get away from you because things aren't good, she moves in with him. She moves in with him, then she takes off and goes with you. She gets a restraining...
Your Honor, that's not what I moved in.
She gets a restraining order, preliminary restraining order against you. She's saying, poor me, I'm a poor victim, everybody's abusing me. And she said a lot of things about you in order to get a restraining order, sir. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, it is.
What did she say about you in the restraining order? Did she say that you were abusive?
Yes.
Did she say that you were threatening?
Yes.
Did she say that she was afraid of you?
Yes.
Was all that true?
Parts.
Parts, but parts not?
Parts not.
Were you abusive?
At times.
Really? Were you physically abusive?
There was some pushing every once in a while.
Every once in a while. He never pushed her.
That's not what I was told either.
No, just a minute. Little obsessive, maybe. But didn't do half the things to her that you did. And then she made up some stuff along the way, according to you, when she made out that report, right?
I'd assume so.
What do you mean you assume so? You got a copy of it, sir. You read it, right? That's why you showed up in the courthouse that day. And when you saw it, Ken, Did you say to yourself, she's lying about some of this stuff? She's a liar?
Well, see, I didn't ask her any questions. I had no contact.
Did you say to yourself, she's a liar? I
In
never
parts
did
of
that.
it.
On some of the stuff you
Yeah.
did, right? So here we have two people on one side, and you now tell me that she's a liar.
I don't say fully
A liar! If you lie,
any way
if
you'd
you
like to put it, Your
swear
Honor.
to an application for a protective order under penalties of perjury, and you lie, that makes you a liar.
Yes.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
She threatened my mother. She threatened all of my friends. She threatened to put antifreeze in my dog's food bowl.
You have to stop.
I have.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to stop.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Bill Perdue says ex-fiancée Elizabeth Higgins owes for the cost of 2 heirloom rings. Elizabeth says she threw the rings into his front yard.
Listen to me. I find that these rings were given as an engagement gift in contemplation of getting married, and when Miss Higgins accepted it, she may not have been serious about accepting them as an engagement ring.
Yes.
She may not have been serious, but she led you to believe she was serious. I don't believe her story that she was the housekeeper and cook your chicken every other Tuesday and Thursday and maybe a brisket on Friday. I don't believe that.
No.
And if she wanted to return them, then she does the reasonable thing. If she, in fact, returned them at all by throwing them in your yard, she puts them in the mail and returns them. So I don't believe she returned them at all. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,850. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm very glad she's got a new outfit. She looks like a kind of little Catholic girl.
We were just true friends, and I truly believe that. I believed he was a good friend to me, but obviously I was wrong.
I think I'll probably start going to church now instead of hanging in the bars picking up women.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Leonard versus Norris. Step forward, please.
23-year-old bartender Amanda Leonard is suing her boyfriend's estranged wife, 22-year-old market research analyst Jennifer Norris, for harassment.
Miss Leonard, you are in the process of dating the defendant's present husband, soon to be her ex-husband, and it is your claim that the defendant has been harassing you. 30 seconds or less. Tell me how she's harassing you.
Yes, ma'am. It started a long time ago. After they broke up, she cheated on her husband and moved to Reno before we ever started dating. I have a tape, I have an audio tape of the very last message she left me after I had told her that I had already made a police report on her. She's still...
Fine, I'll hear it. Why did you say such nasty things to her, Miss Norris?
And that's...
I know I made these harassing calls, and I know it was wrong.
Then why didn't you acknowledge that when you filed your answer in this case, Miss Norris?
I was very, very angry.
Why were you angry?
She was my friend, and I kept telling her, you know, I feel like Travis is cheating on me. I feel like something's going on with somebody else. And I never told her that I thought it was her because I didn't want to make her feel awkward, you know. And then it was her. And they had been together for, in my mind, I'm thinking about a year that they were messing around. And he kept telling me, no, I'm just selling drugs to her because he's, you know, they are drug addicts and stuff. And I was very angry because I thought she was my friend. And I realized that that was the wrong thing to do, was call and make those things.
When was the last time you made a harassing call to her?
I don't even remember the last time.
When was the last time?
This last message was made on the 31st, I believe, of September.
Of this year?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No. I live in Reno, Nevada. I have no reason, you know, I live 3 states away.
Doesn't make any difference. Phones reach 3 states away.
I didn't call her. I mean, that's fine if, you know, that's what they're saying.
You have to stop.
I have
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have to stop.
Yes, ma'am.
It's finished.
Yes, I realize that.
Over.
I realize that.
What else?
She also threatened my family. She threatened my mother. She threatened all of my friends. She threatened to put antifreeze in my dog's food bowl. She threatened to key my car and slash my tires.
Did she do any of those things?
She didn't do any of those things.
Good. And she's not going to do any of those things, so she's not going to call you anymore. So I want you to be happy in your new life.
I am.
She's not going to bother you anymore. You don't bother her anymore. They're going to get a divorce when?
January 17th. But I have a question. We are not legally separated. There's no paperwork. And I can call over there to speak to my husband.
No,
I have
don't
the
call.
right to.
Listen to me. What do you want to talk to him about? Do
A
you have
divorce.
Children? Just a minute. Do you have children together?
No.
Do you have a lawyer?
Yes, I do.
Then Whatever you want to say to him, you say through your lawyer.
I just want the divorce done, and they won't
Just listen
help
to
me.
Who won't help you?
They won't, like, go do anything. They won't go file the papers, nothing. And I'm like, I live in Nevada, so I have to wait. In January, it'll be 6 months I've been there, so I will have residency so I can get a divorce there.
Right, Miss Norris, and that's what you do.
That's what I'm trying
Listen
to
to
do.
me. She would probably like you to have a divorce. I'm speaking. She would probably like you to have a divorce. He's not so anxious. He's not so anxious because she wants to get married, right?
Well, eventually, hopefully.
You say eventually, hopefully. Me? She would like to get married tomorrow.
Are you talking to me?
No, I'm not talking to you.
About me, though?
Sort of. Sort of. But I didn't require an answer because I wasn't talking to you. In any event, Miss Norris, in January, which is right around the corner, you are going to be able to get a divorce, whether they are cooperative or not. Don't call him. That's holding on to something that doesn't exist anymore. Move on!
I have definitely
Good.
moved on.
Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She's threatened my family, my friends, myself.
I did threaten her. I threatened her family. I threatened her dogs. I threatened her car, everything.
I just don't want to live in fear that she'll come do something to me or my property or my family.
I was very angry.
I just want this divorce to get through and for her to leave us alone.
Jones versus Womack. Why has it been sworn in, Judge? You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Jones, according to your complaint, you and the defendant lived together for a brief period of time. How long?
It was probably 6 or 7 months.
And you asked her to marry you?
Yes.
You gave her a ring.
Yes.
According to you, you also purchased a camcorder while
Yes.
you were together. The marriage never took place because you were still married to somebody else.
Yes.
When the defendant found out about that, she asked you to leave.
Yes.
When you left, you took a whole bunch of property. What did you take with you when you left?
Well, I took all my stuff.
What stuff?
She had personal belongings that I brought with me, my bed, my table, my microwave, clothing, general things like that, pictures of my son and stuff like that. Since she kept the camcorder, and when I moved in with her, she gave away her bed, her microwave, and her table because mine were newer, mine were better. She decided to give those to some family members of hers, and...
Because you didn't need two of each.
Yes.
And she did that, I assume, Mr. Jones, because you anticipated that you were going to get married.
Yes.
So she got rid of all of her old stuff, you brought in your stuff, which was new stuff, and then you left. She had to, I assume, replace all that stuff, right?
Yes, but when she gave away her stuff, with her record, she's been married 4 times prior to my asking her to marry me. I told her that in case something happened, I told her that she had a building outside. I told her to put her stuff in her building or something to keep it, and maybe not give it away. I didn't advise her to give it all away.
Like sort of insurance.
Well, I mean, in case something did happen, because...
Like insurance.
Yes, previously other stuff had happened. So, you know, I said in case something happens. And then, you know, she threatened anything that was left was going to be put out in the yard and burned.
She was pretty angry when she found out that you were still married.
Yes.
How does one make a mistake like that, Mr. Jones?
When we filed for divorce, I got the papers, the divorce papers, and signed them, had them notarized when I signed them, sent them back.
When was that?
That was middle part of 98, end part of 98.
So you got the papers from her attorney and sent them back.
And sent them back.
And?
And I never thought anything else about it. I never heard anything else. I assumed the divorce was finalized.
So did you ever call up and find out whether you were divorced?
No, I never checked on it.
Well, don't you think that, how many times have you been married?
Once.
You're not an unintelligent man, sir, so it would seem to me if you want to know whether you're divorced or not, you pick up the phone, you call the clerk's office of the jurisdiction where the divorce is pending, and you say, hello, do I have a judgment to divorce?
Well, that is true, but I just never thought anything else about it.
So how did you find out that you were still married?
Well, whenever I told my mom that we were engaged and everything, she told me, she said, first make sure that he's divorced, because she said, you can't trust my ex-wife.
And did you check?
She kept saying, Tracy kept saying she wanted to see the divorce papers, So I finally called my ex-wife and told her to send me the papers. Well, the papers she sent was the first copy that we got that was unsigned by either one of us. So I called her back and told her I needed them, and that's when she told me that she hadn't finished paying for the divorce, and we had decided, since I was giving her everything, that she would go ahead and file and pay. She would take care of all that.
So she didn't do it?
No.
And how much after that conversation did you tell Miss Womack that you weren't divorced?
It was probably, I'm guessing, maybe 3 or 4 weeks.
How come you didn't tell her for 3 or 4 weeks?
Because I was trying to figure out a way to tell her, because I knew that she would go off. I was trying to figure out what to do to try to save the relationship, because I knew, I mean, I loved her, or what I thought was love, you know, and I didn't want, you know.
So how did you finally figure out to tell her?
She was real persistent about wanting to see the papers.
Smart.
So I,
because she's had experience.
Yeah, needless to say. I was making up copies to give to her.
What do you mean you were making up copies to give to her?
I was making up copies of divorce papers.
How were you doing that?
On my computer.
That was a lot of effort.
Well, you know.
So did you give her copies of the divorce papers?
No, no, because when I went to get the copies that I made copied, to make copies of them, she got in my computer and found the originals.
So you didn't have a chance to give it to her, is what
No.
you're saying?
No.
So you did a little detective work.
Yes, I did.
So what you did was you were making up phony divorce papers to give to her, and then I assume you were going to go through a ceremony with her.
No, not until the divorce was final.
How was the divorce supposed to be final if your first wife was in no big hurry?
Well, we had planned to get married next year in Hawaii. So I was going to, after I took care of this with her and
Took care of what with her?
the divorce thing with Tracy, once I explained to her, once I got her to a point where I could explain to her that I wasn't divorced, I was going to
How are you
going
going to explain, Mr. Jones, how are you going to explain to Tracy that you really weren't divorced after you had given her copies of divorce papers that you fraudulently made up from the computer? Don't you see that you were digging the hole deeper?
Yes, ma'am, and I realized that I should have dug up.
All right. This whole lawsuit is about a camcorder and engagement ring. Let's talk about the ring first. The ring is the easy part.
Mm-hmm.
You've been married 4 times?
Yes, I have.
Short marriages?
Yes, they were.
Made 4 mistakes?
Yes, I did.
You were just saved from a 5th.
Yes, I was.
Given back the ring. Now.
This ring means
Nothing.
everything.
Nothing.
But why should he get this ring when he gave this to me and I expected to marry this man, and he lied not only to me but to my children? And now, to this ring, I need to sell to pay back all the stuff that I had to buy when he left and took.
Mm-hmm. Give him the ring. Good. Now, let's get to the camcorder. How much was the camcorder, sir?
The camcorder was $355.43 plus bag and tapes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And tell me the circumstances around the camcorder.
I bought the camcorder because she has 2 children that are younger. I have a son that's 5. She had talked about wanting to get a camcorder to be able to film them and stuff like that. She liked tapes and pictures and stuff. So I went and I bought the camcorder. The camcorder, I told her whenever, you know, I said, hey, I got a camcorder. I told her it was for us to film the kids growing up and, you know, our relationship and our marriage, you know, which I had planned.
Mm-hmm.
It was never given to her as a gift. You know, the gifts that I did give her, I didn't ask for them back.
Mr. Jones, do you think that Ms. Womack is in a better position or a worse position as a result of being involved with you, sir, financially?
Financially?
She had to replace certain things in her house, right?
Yes, and when I moved in with her, when she asked me to move in with her, I gave away my couch and love seat because she had a nicer one, same as with my stuff. She had a nicer one than I had, so I gave them away.
Yeah, but she was straight up with regard to the relationship with you, sir. She wasn't married to somebody else.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It was his fault that it never took place.
He should pay.
See, Your Honor, this is all about, she's a very vindictive person.
You deceived her. Doesn't that strike you as being wrong?
And later today,
what did you contribute to this relationship?
I contributed as much as I possibly could.
I heard that before. I give you anything I had, I don't have anything.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Paul Jones says ex-fiancée Tracy Womack won't return an engagement ring or his camcorder. Tracy says Paul lied to her. She claims he's still married.
She could have followed through with her promise to marry you. You, on the other hand, unless you could do some magic with the computer, were not going to be able to marry her if you were already married to somebody else.
No, but at the time that I asked her to marry me, I didn't know, and it may have been
That's
stupidity.
your fault.
It may have been,
Well, so that's your stupidity, not hers.
but
A person assumes that when a man asks to marry them, they are free to marry. You didn't embark on an honest course of conduct, which would have said, Tracy, I don't understand what happened. I really thought I was divorced. I have some money. I'm going to hire a lawyer. I'm going to do it next week or this week. I'm going to do it tomorrow because she doesn't care whether we're married or not. She just doesn't want to pay for it. I'm going to pay for it, and I'm going to get it done. You weren't honest with her. Your relationship at that point was one of deception, right?
Yes, it may have been.
Clearly. The deception's going to cost you the camcorder, sir, because I don't know whether it was a gift or not. She's got it. She keeps it. If you need to, you sell it. Okay? The ring, as far as I'm concerned, is a gift made in contemplation of marriage, whether it's your fault, her fault, or the moon's fault that you can't get married. You should have the ring back. As far as the camcorder, I'm not so sure that it wasn't given to her as a gift so that she could memorialize her kids and the times you had together.
You just gave him permission to lie to everybody and get this ring back.
Listen to me. A ring is a piece of metal unless there is some real sentimental value to it, which there shouldn't be considering the circumstances of your parting. You have no reason to keep it.
To sell. Now, that's what he's going to do, is he not? Or he's going to give it to his new girlfriend.
Who bought it?
Well, his
right.
dad. His dad bought it.
Whoever bought it, somebody bought it. You didn't buy it. It was given to you in contemplation of you getting married. Marriage never took place.
Well,
my judgment never took place. It was his fault that it never took place.
He should pay.
See, Your Honor, this is all about, she's a very vindictive person.
She's not vindictive, sir. Being vindictive and feeling as if you've been taken for a ride are two different things. You deceived her. You're wrong. You're wrong to have deceived her to try to make up some stationery on your computer with a judicial seal to show her that you were divorced. Doesn't that strike you as being wrong?
Yes, it does.
All right. The wrong's going to cost you a camcorder. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I should have known when I got in the relationship with her that with her being bisexual that, you know, something was going to come up. I had a real big problem with that.
His mother told me to check the divorce, not him. So his own mother doesn't believe him and kicked him out of her home.
And now the next case.
All parties on Crickman versus Phelps. Step forward, please.
25-year-old waitress Rebecca Crickman claims former live-in boyfriend, 25-year-old student Andrew Phelps, owes her for paying off his student loan and various bills.
According to your complaint, you and the defendant were together for a considerable period of time, and during that time, you loaned him some money, right?
Yes.
He says he doesn't know anything about loans, right?
Correct.
So when did this relationship commence? Give me the month and the year. I don't have it in your papers.
We started dating in February of '98, and we broke up the end of February or early March of '99.
1 year. Now, when did you pay this college loan, and under what circumstances?
After we started dating, we dated for 4 or 5 months. Things were going really well. We had talked about moving in together in the future. We were talking about moving in around August. And in June, he asked if he could borrow some money to pay off his loan that he still owed his school because he was awarded financial aid that would pay his tuition, books, and $1,800 a quarter living expenses. He would then use the money that was given for living expenses to pay me back, but he couldn't register for school until he had the loan paid off and until he finished a paper.
How much of a loan did he need?
He had stopped working so that he could focus on finishing the paper, and he was trying to find another job that would correspond more with his school because he was working during the day.
So, I mean, get to the loan. I'm asking you, how much was the school loan that you paid off for him?
I paid around $1,400 for him to pay for school and for bills initially.
I'm asking you about the school loan that you're talking about.
I don't know exactly how much the school loan was because I paid in different amounts. I believe it was $1,300, but
well, I don't know.
The school loan was $600.
Okay, but the amount that I gave him at the time was $1,300.
Show
but
me.
The checks weren't able to be ordered in time for me to be here, but I have it on the statements.
Do your bank statements indicate to whom the checks were payable?
They just show the amount that I wrote, and then they show in my statement who I wrote the checks for.
Okay. I have one check for $400 to Seattle Pacific University.
That's correct.
$400, school loan payment for Andrew. That was in July of 1998. Did she make that payment for you?
Yes, she did.
Oh, did you pay her back?
No, I didn't.
Why?
I didn't see it as a loan.
What did you see it as?
As a gift.
No.
Just a second. Why would you see that as a gift?
Rebecca and I were in a relationship that was headed towards marriage.
It didn't go there.
It certainly didn't.
So?
So?
Did you loan her any money?
No, I did not.
There was no financial downside for you, right?
Correct.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Did he give you the money?
No. He didn't finish his...
I don't care what reason it was. And you permitted that to happen. Stupidly.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 25-year-old waitress Rebecca Crickman claims former live-in boyfriend, 25-year-old student Andrew Phelps, owes her for paying off his student loan and various bills.
Tell me about the conversation that precipitated this $400 amount that was paid to pay off your school loan.
I don't specifically recall that.
You don't?
No.
Oh, good. Then you can tell me.
Can I just say first?
No. You answer my question. Tell me about this $400.
I wrote out the check, and it was definitely not a gift.
I want you to answer my question.
It was very simple. He asked if he could borrow some money to pay the loan, and then he said, I will pay you back when I get the financial aid, the amount that they are giving me to live on. I had just finished school. I was working 3 nights a week. I wasn't
So
giving
you
away
remember,
my money.
and you remember that?
Yes.
Good. He doesn't remember that, so I have to credit your testimony. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes.
Good. Now, so you gave him $400. That you can document.
Yes.
What else can you document that you gave him?
Loans for the school and his credit card payments, which I wrote the checks out for. When he moved in August, it was under the condition that he would pay half the rent, half the utilities, the phone charges, but also his own phone calls. So I have all the phone statements for the year that...
August, just a second. August of what year?
August of '98, we moved in together, and he stayed...
And he lived there until March of '99.
I moved in June.
You moved in
He did
June?
not move in...
Shh. Better even. Better for your side on this one. So pay careful attention. You always put your foot in it. You moved in June?
Yes.
Of '98, and you lived there until March of '99.
Correct.
Now, you have all the statements there, right?
Yes.
And he never paid any of the bills?
None.
That's
right?
Correct.
He was supposed to get the check for school in October.
So you said he was supposed to get his money in October, so you were sort of advancing him the money.
Yes.
Till October. October comes. Did he give you the money?
No. He didn't finish his...
I don't care what reason it was. Did he give you the money?
No.
And you let him stay? And you let him stay in November?
Mm-hmm.
And in November, did he give you any money?
He wasn't paying... He was paying me for his rent, but he wasn't...
So he paid his rent. So this has nothing to do with rent, correct?
He was short in rent in December and January. I asked him if he would...
So did you throw him out?
I told him that if he didn't pay... If he was short on rent again, that he would find his stuff in the hallway. And he did. He found a job. He started paying his bills. Things fell apart anyways because of other reasons.
Miss Crickman, I have absolutely no intention to going over your household bills, your utility bills, your telephone bill, your water bill, your cable bill, for the months that you say he did not contribute when you permitted that to happen, stupidly.
I agree.
Stupidly.
I was stupid.
Stupidly, because courts are much too busy to take care of this kind of nonsense. When two people move in together without benefit of marriage, and then they break up, and then they expect you to become a monitor with regard to $15 for cable, $7.50 for water, $12.50 for this. We have no time to do that. So my advice to you in the future, if this ever happens to you again, this is the first time that your boyfriend who's living with you tells you, I can't afford to pay you that, you show him the door. I do think, however, he owes you for money that you outlaid for his school, and his credit cards. Even though you don't have the checks and you just have the stubs, I'm going to credit you with those things. Do you understand? So all of that comes to $869.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
Is she paying your credit card bill, sir?
She paid 1 or 2 months minimum balance, yes.
Did you ask her to?
Yes, I did.
Why did you ask her to?
I failed to meet them myself, and so I asked my partner to step in and help.
She wasn't your partner that long. What did you contribute to this relationship?
Quite a bit of love, and about 90% of the time I was employed.
You were employed?
No, he was not.
Just a second.
I was too.
You were employed?
There's only 3 months during the
Good.
entire relationship that I was not employed.
Then why didn't you pay her back the money that you took from her for your school?
I contributed as much as I possibly could every single month that I had money.
I've heard that before. I give you anything I had, I don't have anything. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $869. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I don't really find that he appreciated how hard I worked.
I feel that I definitely made a contribution, and I certainly helped out in as many ways as I could.
It would have been nice to have gotten all the money back, but I'm happy to get some.
I think that justice has been served.
A party.
Now, this is case number 50 on the calendar in the matter of Hauser versus Cooper. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Hauser, it is your claim that the defendant, who was a guest in your home, there was a party going on in your house, first damaged the house by putting his fist through the wall, and when he was confronted over the damage, he assaulted you. You want the repairs to the house compensated, and also you want to be assaulted and your lost wages. Mr. Cooper says he caused no damage to your house, that you were the one who initiated the altercation as he was attempting to leave the house, and in addition, Mr. Cooper says that you were providing underage people with alcohol in the house. That's your defense.
Yes.
How old are you?
20.
And you?
I'm 36, Judge.
Who invited you to the house?
Jerry did.
Is that you? Is he a friend of yours?
I met him through my sister.
How does she know him?
She knew a girl that lived there with him from school.
You go to college?
No.
High school?
No, I dropped out.
Well, what do you do with yourself?
I work full-time at True Manufacturing.
Were there other young men in their 20s at the house?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
At least 7, 8 that I brought over there.
What did you bring over all these guys for?
He was having a party, said we'd come over, drink, bought us alcohol.
Did he tell you to bring friends?
He always lets us too.
So this isn't the first time you were there?
No, ma'am.
How many times have you been there?
I've been there at least 10, 12 times.
Okay, so he has big parties. Mr. Hauser, you're a party guy.
I wouldn't claim that, Judge, but I like to have fun.
Okay. Tell me what happened, Mr. Hauser.
Okay, on the night of January 21st of 2006, it was probably, they started arriving at 8 p.m., but I'm not claiming them as my friends. They know a Lauren.
I don't care whether they're your friends or not. They've been to your home 10 times, according to him, for parties. So they were not strangers to your house, nor did they come uninvited. Just tell me what happened on the 21st. They arrived and get to the point where they were leaving.
Okay. I was pretty much in my room. Sometimes I was out there. Usually I stay in my room. I don't like, associate with the people. So around 11 p.m., it sounded like everybody left. My door was open in my room, and I heard a bang sound. I look at my room, and I see Mr. Cooper just punching holes in the wall repeatedly. And I said, hey. He runs out the front door, and I run after him, and we get out to the edge of the driveway, and I'm like, man, what's your deal? Why are you knocking holes in my wall? I said earlier that night when I went out there, I was like, I don't want to see no more damage to my place. You know, you guys come over. It was not our place. We're renting it. Me and some other roommates renting it. And so we're tired of this. And so I guess that wasn't enough for him to beat holes in the wall, so he hit me in the nose, and 2 or 3 of his friends was punching me in the back of the head and the back. They got me on the ground to where I guess it wasn't enough, so they kept kicking me.
Well, how many of them were around you?
Ma'am, I was being hit by, I think, 2 or 3 guys.
Had you been drinking that night, Mr. Hauser?
I had a couple of beers, yep. And that's the honest truth, but I wasn't drunk.
All right, sir, let me hear your version of these events.
All right, my sister drove Jerry up to the store to get us a gallon of vodka that night. We went over to his house, started drinking. Around 11:30, everybody got ready to leave. He was in the kitchen picking up trash, beer cans, whatever was thrown around his kitchen, everything. He comes running outside, asking who punched a hole in the wall. Runs up to me, pushes me. I told him I'd not do it. Pushed me again, said he was going to beat my. So I started swinging on him.
Were you there?
Yes.
Stand up. Last name is Cooper?
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
19.
You allowed to drink?
No.
What were you doing drinking in the house?
Pretty much everyone just went over there. We went over there like weekends, during the week, like anytime we wanted to, and we brought whoever we wanted to. So it was just a house that you could just go and drink at wherever you wanted. So we went over there and drank all the time.
Oh, great. That's really smart. Did you drop out of school too?
No, I'm a full-time student in college.
Who pays for your college?
Me and my parents do.
They must be really proud. So, Miss Cooper, tell me what you witnessed.
Jerry was in the kitchen. I thought he was like doing dishes, just picking the kitchen up. And then we all walked outside because we were getting ready to leave. And
who punched holes in the wall?
No one punched holes in the wall. There was holes in the wall from the very first times that we went over there. And then we were all walking out of the house, and he had a girlfriend at the time, and someone was asking her, who's riding home with you? And she goes, Kyle. And I don't know if Jerry thought that someone was saying Kyle punched the holes in the wall because he was asking that question at the same time. And then he went up to Kyle, and he pushed Kyle once. Kyle was like, what are you doing?
How did he push him?
Well,
turn around and show me how he pushed him, Miss Cooper.
Well, Kyle...
Turn around and show me.
Is walking towards his car going that way, and Jerry's come up behind him, and he goes, Kyle, why'd you punch the holes in my wall? And Kyle goes, I didn't. And then he pushed Kyle.
Show me.
Just like that, like pushed him backwards.
Yeah.
And then Kyle goes, what are you doing? I didn't punch no holes in your wall. And then he pushed him like that the same way again, and then Kyle just like started punching him back.
Now, when Kyle started punching him, where were the other people who were leaving?
We were already walking towards the cars.
But somebody else started punching and kicking Mr. Hauser. Who was that?
There was no one else hitting him except for Kyle.
So Kyle was doing all the hitting?
Yeah.
And Kyle was doing all the kicking?
Well, I mean, I don't know if he was fighting back or what.
Well, he was on the ground at some point.
Yeah.
And while he was on the ground, where was Kyle?
I was already towards the car. They were like wrestling around though. So, I mean, I know that he was on the ground.
But he was by himself. There were no other people around him.
No, it was just those two.
What did your brother have an outstanding warrant for?
I didn't know he did.
Well, he knows he did, right?
I don't have a warrant out.
Did you?
Did I? Yeah.
What was the outstanding warrant for?
Well, a question about Jerry's house.
Were you arrested?
Yeah.
Yeah, what were you arrested for?
Wanting for questioning.
Do you have an outstanding warrant from St. Charles County?
Yeah.
For what?
Drugs.
Well, I mean, why do I have to ask you these questions? Do you think that I'm asking you these questions when I don't have some indication what it was about?
Yeah.
Stand up on your own 2 feet. So you were taken into custody at some point and arrested. You were arrested on an outstanding warrant and for questioning, I assume.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that have been easier for you to say to me right from the beginning?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I don't believe that you saw Mr. Cooper putting holes in your wall.
Oh, yes, I did.
Did you?
I heard it. I looked out my door, and there he was.
And later today,
You got annoyed with him, so you said, "Well, take this money."
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Jerry Hauser claims former friend Kyle Cooper punched holes into his wall during a party. Jerry also claims Kyle and his friends beat him up.
Now, what happened with the arrest warrant on the possession of a controlled substance?
It's going to court right now. I got a continuance.
And what about the assault charge?
Dismissed.
When?
Last Saturday.
On what basis?
Coming here. I wanted to come here. And...
No, I don't handle criminal cases. The assault is a criminal case. What happened to the criminal case? Do you know?
It wasn't pursued, Judge.
Why?
We agreed to dismiss it.
Why?
It was in the basis, Your Honor, of...
Make sure I get a correct answer.
It was in the basis of coming to this court...
No. This court has nothing to do with a criminal charge. Tell me why, sir, you chose to not pursue this vicious assault against this young man.
Judge, the honest truth is we had to dismiss the charges to take it to another court.
To take it to what other court?
Just civil.
Just to do it civilly. Oh,
Right.
I see. So you did not want to see the right person punished for that. You just wanted money. Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me, Mr.
Yes,
Hauser?
ma'am.
But what good does that do, Mr. Hauser? What kind of a lesson does that display to this young man?
I guess I should feel petty, but I don't.
You should feel petty because, A, I don't believe that you saw Mr. Cooper putting holes in your wall.
Oh, yes, I did.
When? That night?
Around 11 o'clock.
Did you?
I heard it. I looked out my door, and there he was.
How many holes did he put in the wall?
I think he hit it 5 times where I said, hey.
No. Listen to me. How many holes did he put in the wall?
Here you go, ma'am. Here's a picture of the wall.
Oh, what you're telling me is he didn't make a hole in the wall. He got the paint chipped off the wall. Is that right? There's not a hole there.
No, that's a big hole.
That doesn't go through. That doesn't go through. The paint
It goes
is all
all the way
chipped.
through the drywall, ma'am.
What's on top of the drywall?
Well, there's paint, but he punched.
That's what I'm talking about. There's paint. So he chipped off all the paint.
No, man, that goes all the way through the drywall.
Are we understanding each other, or am I missing something?
Looks like paint is chipped to me.
Now, when you went outside, Mr. Hauser, did you put your hands on Mr. Cooper?
Didn't touch him.
Do you think he was drunk?
Oh, he was intoxicated. I think she's probably coked up, too, for all I know.
You are 16 years his senior. What are you doing letting 20-year-old kids come to your house to drink? Not on one occasion, but on many occasions. What are you doing allowing these kids to come to your house?
Okay, Judge, it wasn't my house. It was 4 of us were renting this house. I was only one roommate.
What were you doing allowing him in your house, her in your house, drinking?
What could I do, call the cops every time?
Absolutely! When they started to arrive, sir, on the 21st of January, 2006, did you call the police?
No.
Did you see them drinking?
Yes.
Why didn't you call the police if you didn't want them
Because
there?
they were guests of other friends.
They can't commit a crime in your house, sir.
Okay.
And if he got drunk, an idiot who you also knew was a drug abuser, you thought he was all coked up in addition to drinking, right?
Mm-hmm.
You wanted a reasonable response to him after you saw him, according to you. Now, I don't see a hole in the wall, but according to you, somebody taking their bare fist and punching a hole, according to you, in the wall 5 times. That's what you saw.
Correct.
So you were expecting a reasoned response after you approached him outside?
Well, yeah, when I saw him do it, I was angry. I went out there earlier that night and I even said, you know, you guys are guests in our home, which I never claimed any of these as my friends. I can't believe it's my friends.
I don't care whether you're friends or not. They were guests of yours in your home. You permitted them to be there. And you permitted alcohol to be served. Did you ever go to buy alcohol that
Nope.
night?
Yes,
I won't,
he did.
no, I won't
He
buy
bought it on my debit card
Nope.
that night that it happened.
Where did he buy it?
At Shop and Save, off Harvester.
What did you buy?
A gallon of Popov. It's vodka.
They got plenty of friends.
Just a second. I believe her. I believe her that you took her and her friend over to get some alcohol. Your house got trashed. That's your problem. Your nose got busted. That's your problem. You allow babies to drink in your house and you furnish them alcohol. If they left your house and they killed somebody in a car, it would be your responsibility. Mr. Hauser, you're the adult. They're the children. There's a reason that the government says children can't be trusted to consume alcohol. There's a reason. Because of jerks like him and her. And if they destroyed your house, and this isn't the first time that they were there, and if you didn't like it, you should have made sure that they didn't come back. You don't take them to get alcohol and then complain later that because he was probably coked up and drunk that he assaulted you. That's too bad. And if you think that you had a case, and if you think that you were in the right, you should not have withdrawn the case in order to come here and try to get some money. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Half the time we come home, them idiots would be in there anyway, partying.
Him buying us alcohol, coming outside saying he'll be my 36, I'm 20 years old.
It just wasn't my place. She didn't understand that.
I think it wouldn't have went that wrong if there was no alcohol involved.
Took advantage of him. I liked it though. It's fun.
People get a little bit crazier than they normally would when you drink alcohol.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Lovelace versus Smith. Step forward.
21-year-old Edward Lovelace is suing his ex-girlfriend, 20-year-old Nicole Smith, and her mother, Patty, for misappropriating money meant to pay a traffic ticket.
Miss Smith, is this your daughter?
Yes, it is.
Okay. This gentleman was your daughter's boyfriend for a while.
Yes, he was.
He lived in your house?
Yes, he did.
When did he live in your house?
From March 9th, 2005 until December 2005.
Was he working at the time?
Not when he first moved in, he wasn't.
When
About
did he-
first 2 months, he was not working.
But he got a job?
Yes, but didn't pay rent except for 3 months.
When did he pay rent?
He paid $150 towards rent in June or July.
When next?
Before I left truck driving was in September. I'd say another $150 about August.
In August, and then?
And then he paid $300.
When?
For December.
December what?
15th.
When did he move out?
Right before Christmas.
When next?
And then the $400 check, right when he moved out.
When?
About the 17th, I guess, of December.
So he gave you a check for $300 on December 15th, and he gave you another check for $400.
Right.
2 days later.
Yes.
All right, good. This is what the case is about, Mr. Lovelace. According to your complaint, you were driving a truck that
Van.
belonged to your girlfriend, or a van that, don't speak unless I ask you a question, that was still in her uncle's name, but her uncle had given it to your girlfriend.
Yes.
You were driving.
Yes.
And you ran a red light.
Mm-hmm.
Camera.
Yes.
And you got a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Ticket was $330?
Yes.
When did you get the ticket?
Oh, I believe it was the beginning of September.
And there was some problem because since the truck was in the uncle's name, arrangements had to be made to get the ticket in your name.
Yes.
So that you could pay the ticket. It is your claim that you gave the defendants $400 to pay that ticket and whatever other miscellaneous
They
expenses
needed
there
cigarettes.
were.
Neither of them were working.
And they did not pay the ticket.
No, they didn't. They switched the ticket into my name.
When did they do that?
I'm not sure the date.
When did you do that?
It was about 2 months after he moved out.
So in February, you had tickets switched to his name.
Because there was...
Shut down! I'm not speaking to you.
Okay.
There was going to be a bench warrant.
I'm just asking you whether or not you switched the ticket
Yes.
into his name. 2 months later. Uncross your hands.
I cover my belly.
When were you notified that there was going to be a bench warrant for your uncle?
I was told by the plaintiff.
By the plaintiff?
That's not true, Your Honor.
Shh. When you're lying, you always make a mistake. Let me find the mistake. Okay? Because their story doesn't make sense to me. Their story of this $400 gift 2 days after you paid $300 in rent doesn't make sense to me.
He was moving out with no notice.
So what? He doesn't have to give you any notice. According to you, he lived there for 9 months and hardly paid you any rent. So you weren't relying on his money. He doesn't have to give you any notice. The reason he gave you the $400 was to pay this ticket, not rent. He'd already given you $300 in rent, and the problem was you got annoyed with him for moving out. So you said, well, listen, I'm going to take this money, I'm going to use it for myself, and then I'm going to have the ticket switched in his name. They're going to issue a warrant for his arrest. He's going to have to pay it again. That's outrageous. Who broke up with whom?
I broke up with her, Your Honor.
Right. How did I know that? And according to you, he left you with some credit card stuff, that he charged things on your credit card. Is that right?
A couple things.
Couple of things that you were annoyed at.
No.
Well, you say here in your answer that you were annoyed at that.
No, I was just stating the fact that he owes me money too, but we both...
Well, he owes you money too. So what you're saying is he owes you money too, but he gave you $400 for the rent. Is that what you're saying?
He gave it to
Baloney! He gave you the money to pay the ticket, and you had no right to use it for your own purposes.
He told us that he was giving it to us to pay the rent so we wouldn't get evicted and be on the streets.
Let me explain something to you, madam. He had just given you $300 on the 15th. That's according to you. 2 days later, he gave you another $400. How much was the rent?
Pardon
How
me?
much was the rent?
$600.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $400. Your conduct was outrageous.
Thank you.
He's finished with you. You have to say goodbye. Put a period. You're not supposed to do the wrong thing. And you did the wrong thing. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He wanted me to pay the ticket, and he didn't want to have to, or get the point on his license.
I asked her for the money, and she refused to pay it.
He told us that when he gave us the $400 check that it was for rent. And then now he's saying it's for paying the ticket.
Gentlemen, have a seat.
Mr. Gillian, what do you do for a living, sir?
I currently work at a bowling and billiards hall.
How much do they pay you for doing this job?
$6.50 an hour.
Where do you live?
My dad,
How old are you?
20 years old.
Pay rent to your dad?
No.
So you live there rent-free?
Yeah, I had my own apartment for a while. I moved home because I'm actually moving out of state in a couple months, so I moved home to save up money.
How much you bring home every week?
Well, not as much as a couple $100 a week, $300-400 a week.
What?
Couple
You bring home
$100 a week.
$400 a week?
Well, paychecks.
He said a couple of hundred, $300,
Yeah,
$400.
well,
A couple to
I
me
get
is
paid.
2, right? And then he said $300-400.
Well, I get paid every 2 weeks, and my paychecks range between $300 and $400. That's what I meant, Your Honor.
Oh, so you make between $150 and $200 a week?
Yes.
And you, sir, how old are you?
22.
And what do you do for a living?
Service technician on fire trucks and ambulances.
And how much do you make?
$10 an hour.
Where do you live?
Lincoln with my mom.
Pay rent?
No, I don't.
How much do you bring home every 2 weeks?
About $600 every 2 weeks after my child support.
After child support?
Yep.
What kind of child support?
I got a 14-month-old son.
And how much do they take out of your check for that?
$600 a month for child support and daycare.
I'm asking these questions because this is what this case is about.
Okay.
Mr. Gillian bought a truck from Mr. Bogus and paid him $4,000 for the truck.
Yeah, roughly.
What's roughly?
It was, I believe, $4,200.
And then this person who makes $150 a week goes out because the truck is running. It's a nice truck, right?
It is a nice truck.
He goes and puts something out of spinners and new wheels on the truck.
Of course.
For another $3,800.
Oh, yeah. Good investment.
Something no one can live without, especially when you're saving up to start a new life. Starting a new life, most people would buy a bed or a couch. Spinners and wheels is almost like sunshine. Can't live without it.
It was...
Then, what?
I'm sorry, it was $3,200 was the
$3,200, excuse me.
Just let you know.
Another $3,200. Then, according to Michael over here, he runs into John, and John says, gee, love the way that car looks with those spinners and wheels. I'm really sorry I sold it to you. I want it back. I'd love to buy it back from you. Just about that time, Michael loses his job and has fallen on some tough financial times.
I wonder why.
This is not what he just told me just now. But he said, fine, I'll sell you back the truck. You give me $4,500 for the truck, and you can pay me the other $3,000 that I spent for the
spinners
and wheels when you get it. And he sells him back the truck. And according to Michael, John paid him about $200 towards the spinners and wheels, and then has been avoiding him. So far, I'm pretty right?
One thing, I also have another form of income. The car deal, buying and selling them, is one thing I've done since before I even had a driver's license with my dad. He's a body man. So we would buy cars for $1,000 or less and put a couple $100s into them and sell them to make
So
profit.
you have an auxiliary source of income.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I liked the way the truck looked. I told him it's a nice looking truck, and I never said anything about wanting to buy it back. I said I wish I could have it back. It looks good.
Oh, you said I wish I could have it back.
Yeah.
It looks good.
It looks real good.
Oh, okay, good. Go ahead.
A couple weeks later, he calls me and he's like, you got the title for my truck? And I was like, why, are you selling it? He's like, you want to buy it back? I was like, yeah, I got $4,000.
Just a second. You mean you hadn't given him the title?
No.
Why not?
It was about 2 weeks.
Why hadn't you given him the title?
He never asked for it, and it's just...
What?
He waited 2 weeks to ask for it.
How do you sell a truck without the title? Can I see the bill of sale, please, for the truck?
Don't have one.
Did you register the truck in your name?
No, but as far as the title goes, I had requested it on multiple occasions.
Just a second. Okay. Your business, according to you, was buying and selling vehicles and selling. So what you're telling me is, what you want me to believe is that you have no bill of sale. You never registered the truck in your name.
That's true.
You never insured the truck.
That's true.
You invested $3,200 in a truck that was not titled to you. Is that right?
Yes, that's true.
Is that right?
Yes, that's right.
And do you know what I say to both of you? Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of MacArthur versus Kempton, step forward.
24-year-old nurse Rebecca MacArthur is suing her former best friend, nurse Catherine Kempton, for an unpaid loan to buy furniture. Catherine says Rebecca slept with her husband.
Miss MacArthur, Miss Kempton used to be a very dear friend of yours, and according to your complaint, you made a loan to her by allowing her to use a credit card of yours to buy some furniture. Miss Kempton does not deny that you allowed her to use your credit card, and she does not deny it was a loan. She said she did pay you back some of it. You acknowledge that she paid you back some, although there is a discrepancy as to the amount. So let's take care of that part of the issue first. How much is remaining on her bill, including interest, for the furniture?
$1,408.84.
And how much did she make in payments?
She made $500 in payments.
You have proof that you made more than $500 in payments? Let me see.
They're all right here.
Okay. And can I see what you have with regard to the interest?
I have proof of the remaining balance along with a check that I paid and the statements with each individual payment.
Okay. You owe her considerably more than the $600 that you thought you owed her, because since you weren't making payments regularly, they were adding up interest. And that's what happens when you don't make payments regularly. Now, your defense to this matter is a rather interesting one. Your defense to this matter is you don't have to pay the money because there was an indiscretion between your husband and the plaintiff, and therefore you don't owe her any money. Forget it. It's not a defense. It's a reason to give him a hard time. It's a reason for her not to be your friend anymore if this, in fact, happened, but it's not a defense to this lawsuit. We understand each other?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
when you left the ring on the table, according to you, where had the ring been?
With her.
So you took the ring off her finger?
Yes.
Do you have the ring?
No.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. 24-year-old nurse Rebecca MacArthur is suing her former best friend, nurse Catherine Kimpton, for an unpaid loan to buy furniture. Catherine says Rebecca slept with her husband.
Go ahead.
That was never my claim.
Well, I'm reading that in your answer.
No, it wasn't.
It said, Rebecca has put me through so much personal pain. This lawsuit is generated by the fact that she fears that I will not pay her because of what she did to me and to my family. And I owe her $600. I'm not paying a penny more. That's what you said. Somebody's got to pay the interest. Who's supposed to pay the interest?
I had no problem paying any of it.
Okay, good. Then judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,258. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I just don't think much of somebody who can treat a friend and betray him with an affair.
You know, we have talked about this, and I'm just done.
It happened one time. My husband told me the very next day.
I am sorry that I lost a friend, but at the same time, I'm just glad it's done.
She admitted to it and then tells everybody else that it's a lie.
and now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Edgman versus Quinlan, step forward.
22-year-old hairstylist Rebecca Edgman is suing her cousin's girlfriend, 23-year-old gas station clerk Jessica Quinlan, for a loan to buy a ring. Jessica claims she surrendered the ring to Rebecca because she couldn't afford it.
Miss Edgman, I assume this is your cousin, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And according to your complaint, Miss Quinlan is your cousin's girlfriend.
Yes.
And they lived with you for a period of time.
Yes, Your Honor.
While they were living with you, Miss Quinlan wanted to buy your cousin a ring.
That's correct.
Didn't have the money. You agreed to allow her to use your credit card.
Yes, Your Honor.
Then there was some sort of a disagreement. They left, and she did not pay you back for the ring.
Yes, Your Honor.
Miss Quinlan says that first the ring was a gift. Allowing her to use the credit card was your idea for some reason. But that when they left, she left the ring. When did they move in with you?
July of 2004.
Who else lives in your home?
My girlfriend, Angie.
Tell me about this ring that you wanted to buy.
I was wanting to buy Linda the ring, but I didn't have credit, no money to get it. She offered, because Linda has done so much for her. I refused a couple of times because I don't like to have that. I don't like people to do things for me like that. And so finally we went and picked out the ring.
So finally you agreed?
Yes. We went and got the ring. After a month living there, things was getting hectic. And we were moving out, and she had said that I needed to pay for the ring. So I didn't want no conflict within the family and all that, so I told her that I was leaving the ring on the table. And
when you left the ring on the table, according to you, where had the ring been?
With her.
So you took the ring off her finger?
Yes.
What?
No, I work at a grocery store, and I had wore it a couple times to the store, and it started getting scratches. So I left it at Rebecca's house, not just that day, but days prior, because I didn't want the ring to be scratched up.
Do you have the ring?
No.
No. Good. How much was the ring?
The ring was $476.20.
Is that right, Miss Quinlan?
Yes.
Okay, that's what you owe her, Miss Quinlan.
This is one of the receipts.
That's what you owe her. 400. If you didn't pay her, that's what you owe her.
Here's the original.
We don't have the ring.
Listen to me. That's not her fault. If you took the ring and put it in her hand and say, listen, I can't pay you for this ring, take it back, see what money you can get back for it. She's not going to get $470 for it because they're not going to return it for what she paid for it because your friend says that it was scratched. She can't even return it to something that's brand new. So you have to pay for it. You got it? Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $470. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She needs money to pay for her wedding, and I wasn't going to give her that, so that's why we got brought here today.
My wedding was paid for. I paid for it all by myself, and it was paid for before the wedding. The wedding was over a month ago.
And it won't be settled, and it won't be taken care of because everybody likes to talk. She's had to struggle tremendously, not just with her cousin, but other family members too because of it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Banukowitz versus Broder, step forward, please.
16-year-old Nicholas Banukowitz and his father, Mark, are suing the boyfriend of Nicholas's mother, truck driver Richard Broder, for an unpaid loan to pay bills.
Mr. Banukowitz, how old are you, sir?
16.
This is your dad?
Yes.
You're living with him now?
Yes.
Tell me your first name.
Nicholas.
Nicholas, this gentleman, Mr. Broder,
Yes.
was your mom's boyfriend.
Yes.
Who is this?
I'm the mom.
Are you back together again?
Yes.
You weren't for a while.
Correct.
Anyway, you went to live for a brief period of time with your mother and her boyfriend.
I lived there off and on.
And when you weren't living there, where were you living?
With my father.
According to what I read, it is your claim that you loaned Mr. Broder $550 because things got financially tight in the house. And he asked you if you could lend him some money. You were working, you had a job after school. And you did.
Yes, ma'am.
Then they broke up for a while. You wanted your money back? He says that it was not a loan, it was towards the payment of household expenses because he put a roof over your head. That's what you're saying.
Correct.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy.
16-year-old Nicholas Banukowitz and his father, Mark, are suing the boyfriend of Nicholas's mother, truck driver Richard Broder, for an unpaid loan to pay bills.
All right. How old were you, Nicholas, when you moved with your mom and Mr. Broder during the period of time that you gave him this money?
15.
And where had you been working?
The supermarket.
What did you do there?
I stocked the shelves.
What did you earn an hour?
Around then, like $7.50.
How long did you work there?
I'm still there now.
So you've been working there for a couple of years?
Yes.
You work there after school?
Yes.
How do you do in school?
Good.
Great. Now, when you lived with your mother and Mr. Broder, was it your mother's house or Mr. Broder's house?
It was my mother's, but they were moving, so that's when he asked me for the money.
Was it a rental property?
Yes.
When they moved, did you move with them?
I live there. I go there once in a while, like on the weekend and stuff. I don't live there permanently.
Now, tell me about when Mr. Broder asked you for money. Do you remember when it was?
It was November 30th, 2003. He asked me for $450, and he promised to pay me back.
What did he say?
He goes, do you think you could lend me some money? We were trying to move. We were a little short.
Where were you, in the house?
Yes.
Where in the house?
The dining room.
Where was your mother?
Right next to me.
So he said, could you lend me some money? I'm a little short. We want to move. And what did you say to him?
I said, okay. And then he promised to pay me back.
What did he say? Don't tell me he promised. What did he say?
He said, I'll pay you back by the 6th of December because I'm getting a bonus or something like that from work.
Where did you keep the money?
In my house, in my room.
So you gave him the money in cash?
Yes.
When did you give him the other 100?
In September of 2004.
Why, if he hadn't paid you back the money?
Because I trusted him. He was my mother's boyfriend. I figured he would pay me back.
Between November 2003 and September 2004, almost a year passed. Did you ask him for the money?
Every month, I sent him a letter saying how much he owed me.
You have a copy of the letters?
Yep. And I also sent him a certified letter.
Mr. Broder, whether you say that this was a gift or a loan, did you ever respond to any of these letters?
No.
Why not?
I just put them aside, and because at the time I wasn't working or anything, and he really never persisted.
Okay. Now, tell me your version of this $550.
At the time, we were in financial difficulties. We both asked him for the money. And at the time, I didn't have a job. So
What about her?
She was working.
So?
So we were just paying the bills. And at the time, we ended up breaking up. And the reason why on this loan after a year is when we broke up, and that's when his father and him got involved and wanted to take me to court for the money back, for the loan.
Well, you keep saying loan, which is a nice thing. That makes my job much easier, Mr. Broda.
Well, he was living with us for a while and everything.
You used the word loan twice.
That's what he put on the paper as a
No,
loan.
that's what you just said. I understand what he said. You used the word loan twice. Do I make you that nervous, Mr. Broda?
No, you don't make me nervous.
At all?
No.
You mean you just step in your own mouth on your own, whether I'm make you nervous or not? What you just said to me was, I wasn't working. The mother and I asked for the loan together. The reason after a year I didn't pay back the loan was he wasn't pushing it. I mean, what's your defense to this action, Mr. Broder? I'd be really interested.
Your Honor, at the time, he was working when I lent him the
Who cares?
$450.
I asked him. I want to know his defense. I'm listening. And I have other things to do today. Do we have a defense, Mr.
No,
Broder?
we don't have a defense. I'm
Judgment
sorry.
for the plaintiff in the amount of $550. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He should have known that he was going to have to pay me back, one way or the other.
She crashed and burned me.
I feel like I was taken advantage of.
I was wrong.
I think he should have stood up a little more for himself because it was intended as a gift to us.
I'm just glad he got his money back and we didn't have to go any further.
It's a gift is a gift.
I really don't have much of a relationship with him.
He's my son. I love him to death. No big deal.
$34 on the calendar in the matter of Ayala versus Bianchi. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
How old are you, Miss Ayala?
I just turned 21.
And you?
19.
And you have a baby?
Yes, ma'am.
How old is your child?
2.5.
So you had this child when you were 17?
I was 16, turning 17.
And the father of his child is one Joey.
Yes, ma'am.
And you had a boyfriend whose name just happens to be Joey.
Yes.
One and the same.
Yeah.
Where is Joey today?
He's not present.
Miss Ayala, you claim that Miss Bianchi, in a little bit of a hissy fit, damaged your car by kicking it.
Yeah.
Miss Bianchi says, while you had a fight, she may have hit you, but she certainly didn't kick your car.
No, ma'am.
Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm serious. Where is Joey? I mean, is he working today? Is he?
He's watching my child, his son.
He's babysitting?
Yes, ma'am.
He managed to get time off from his job?
No, he doesn't work.
You want to tell me what happened, Miss Ayala?
Yeah, it all started when me and my boyfriend were driving in my car.
Your boyfriend Joey?
My boyfriend Joey were driving in my car. And then she started following us. And she wanted me to get out of my car, and I didn't want to step out of my car.
Well, you stopped your car.
Well, Joey was driving.
So Joey stopped the car?
Yeah, Joey stopped the car. We went to his grandma's house so his mom could come out and make her stop following us.
She followed you to the grandmother's house?
Yeah, and he honked for her to come out. And then that's when Lisa ran out of her car, kicked my car, and that's when I got out of my car. And then I was going to close my door, and that's when she kicked my car again. And that's when she tried to tackle me to the floor, and we just started fighting until his mom and him pulled her off of me.
Now I'll hear your version.
It was Thanksgiving morning. The whole reason why we were fighting, I had informed him that I was pregnant again. And we were in the process of supposedly working things out. So later on that night, my friend who was dating his cousin had called me and informed me that he was with her, Lorena, in front of his grandmother's house in her car. So I drove over there.
Why?
Just see what's going on. I told him I was pregnant, find out if he's with her. We were supposedly working things out. So I went, I found them there. She was sitting in her back seat of her car, putting on her shirt. He was sitting in her driver's seat, just with his tank top on. And I had asked her, I'm like, oh, so you guys just got done, you know, having sex.
Doing the nasty.
Yeah. And she's yes, I asked her, I'm like, you guys just got done having sex? And, well, not in those words, but, and she's like, oh, yeah, we were. And he wasn't saying anything. He was sitting there. You know, he knew
he's
he was caught.
Because he's a moron.
Yeah, exactly. He knew he was caught.
He's a moron who doesn't have a 2-year-old child that's going to be around forever and isn't pregnant again.
Yes.
Right? You're that moron. He's
Yes.
the other moron.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Me and her had words. We were both sitting in our car. I was sitting in my driver's seat. We both got out of the car at the same time and went at each other. And we're fighting for about maybe 2-3 minutes until Joey came, pulled me off of her. His aunt and his mom were then holding me back. He was holding her back.
Let me see damage to the car.
And they weren't holding me back. Just when she let me go, I let her go.
Did you ever hear of birth control?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, why don't you use it?
Oh, I am now.
Very good. You say you're making $35,000 a year. You have your own apartment. You have your own car. You have your baby taken care of. Your child is in school. You have a good job. You got your GED. You finished your education. What's the matter?
And you're married.
And yeah. Oh, please. That would be terrific. That would be frosting on the cake. Did you try to get out these dents? Is that what these little holes things are that you tried to get out the dents?
I didn't try to do anything. I haven't done anything. And I went to go get estimate.
I'd see the estimates.
The top one is the one where my Nissan dealer told me to go to, and that's the one I'm taking.
Top one is the cheapest one, $1,513. Is that right?
Yeah, that's where my Nissan dealer
Miss
told me to go.
Bianchi, let me tell you sometimes what temper does. When you have a temper, you have to pay for it. This didn't happen to her car from nothing.
I understand.
Now, I don't care if this happened to her car as a result of the two of you struggling with each other and falling into the car, although that's not what this looks like.
No,
this looks like a
we
kick.
didn't even come in contact with her car.
That's not true. No, we didn't. You did.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
It wasn't my intention to go and fight her.
Well, why didn't you just wait until he got finished and
I
call
wanted
him on
to
the
catch
phone?
him. I wanted to catch him.
Well, you caught him.
Yeah, I caught him.
And later today,
The dog comes running through my yard with teeth and everything and starts fighting Prissy. Ripped her ear. There was blood every place.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Lorena Ayala says the mother of her ex-boyfriend's child, Lisa Bianchi, vandalized her vehicle. Lisa says she caught the father of her child and Lorena having sex in a parked car.
Miss Bianchi, you were so furious that day, which is why when I read your answer and you said you found out after Joey had been at your house and had talked the day before about getting back together again, blah, 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 somebody calls you up and said, you know where Joey is? Joey's over at our house. You get in the car. Where'd you put your baby when you got into the car?
He was at home with my mother.
Your mother takes care of your baby?
Oh, no, ma'am.
Well, what were you doing at home with your mother?
I lived there.
Well, so you left your mother to take care of your baby?
I asked her if she can take care of him, yes.
So you could go out and take care of this problem?
No, it wasn't my intention to go and fight her. It was my intention to go there and find out what was he doing with her. If he was with her, then why is he, you know...
Well, why didn't you just wait until he got finished and call him on the phone?
Him. I wanted to catch him. So,
well, you caught him.
Yeah, I caught him.
You caught him.
Yeah.
And once you caught him, then your adrenaline started to rush. That you have to pay for, Miss Bianchi. Are you expecting this other baby?
No, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,513.73. Thank you, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's been with me. We're not together, but I'm always going to be there. We'll communicate. He's the father of my child.
I was in the back seat. He was driving in the front seat.
Why would she be in the back seat? She was putting on her clothes.
I'm not going to be with them no more.
Don't fight over a guy anymore. They're not worth it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Collins versus Solis. Step forward, please.
Account manager Alicia Collins is suing her neighbors, construction supervisor Ronald Solis and his wife Raylyn, for vet bills resulting from a dog attack. Ronald is countersuing for a false, dangerous dog charge.
Miss Collins, you and the defendant are neighbors.
Yes.
And you have a dog, a little dog, and they have a little dog. It is your claim that their little dog came on your property, bit your dog, bit you, and when you picked up your dog, blood from your dog got on a sweater. You want the Solises to pay for the vet bills?
Yes, Your Honor.
You did not seek medical attention?
No, Your Honor.
And the cost of the sweater?
Yes, Your Honor.
Solises say that they should not be responsible. They didn't see this whole thing happen. They don't know what happened. And in addition, they are counterclaiming, they say, because you called animal control and they had to go through a whole process with regard to their dog who was ultimately declared not a dangerous animal, and they want you to pay the expenses that they incurred going through this process. How long have you been neighbors?
I just bought the house in September of this past year.
And what kind of a dog do you have?
A Yorkshire Terrier. She's 4 pounds, 8 ounces.
And when did this incident occur with the Solis' dog?
September 10th.
Shortly after you moved in?
Yes.
Were you at home?
Yes, ma'am.
What time of day?
It was approximately 6 o'clock p.m.
Okay, tell me what happened.
My son was out on his rollerblades, and...
Are you immediate neighbors? Do your properties abut each other?
I can see the side of his house from the front of my house.
Okay, so you're not immediate next-door neighbors?
No, Your Honor.
So your son was outside on his rollerblades?
He was on his rollerblades, and we had our garage door open, and he had come to the door and he said that there was a stray dog outside. So when I opened my door going into the garage, there was a dog standing there. No collar, no anything.
Was it this dog?
His dog, which I did not know at the time, Your Honor.
Okay, but the dog was in your garage?
In my garage. So I told Sheldon he was playing with a friend several streets over, that he was going back over there. I closed our garage door and came in the house. And
where did the dog go?
Back out in the neighborhood. And so then it was probably about 45 minutes later, I was going around to, because I just got the house, so I was going around to put a new light bulb in on my front porch. So Prissy had never been out front yet, my little dog. So I put her on her lead, and I walked her around to the front porch, and I had the lead on my hand, and I was doing the light bulb. Well, here comes the dog again. And so it's on the sidewalk, and then Sheldon said, "Mom, I think that dog's a stray dog. It's going to get hit." By this time, the dog comes running through my yard, comes up, and with teeth and everything, and starts fighting Prissy. And Prissy's 4 pounds, 8 ounces. Ripped her ear. There was blood every place. It was all over her, all over the porch.
So this dog came up on your porch?
On my front porch.
Okay.
And I have a picture of my house, Your Honor, that shows that my front door is not like right there next to the sidewalk.
I'd like to see it, please.
The dog had to come quite a ways.
Okay.
So Prissy had to, she was bleeding profusely. Then I couldn't get it to stop, and it had torn. The tooth of the dog had torn her ear and had nipped my hand, because when the dog started attacking, my dog was on her lead. I immediately just,
yanked her up.
Yeah, yanked her by her lead. She's hanging. I've got her in my arms, and their dog kept jumping on me to get at Prissy, and ended up having its 2 teeth into my hand. I rushed Prissy in immediately into the house, yelled at the top of my lungs at this dog to get, just to get out of our yard and get away from us. I made my son come in. I ended up taking Prissy to the emergency animal clinic around the corner from our house, and they put her in emergency surgery. She stayed overnight. She ended up getting 3 stitches in her ear, which will never heal again because it was at the end of it, and it broke a blood vessel. That's where all the blood had come from that was everywhere. So
what were the vet bills?
The night of the surgery was $397.28, and then for her follow-up, it was $28. And then she also had another follow-up, Your Honor, $43.73. And then after I had found out that their dog had not had its rabies shots, my dog had to go back to the vet, which was $68.37.
Now what about the sweater?
And I also have the receipt for the sweater. It was a black silk sweater set that I had it was the second time I'd ever worn it. And of course it was ruined, and I just wanted my dog taken care of, main thing.
Just give me the
Okay.
cost of that's what we're here for. Give me the cost of the sweater set.
The sweater was $85.52.
$622.90. Is that right, Bird?
That's right.
Good. This thing broke. I think it needs a new battery. Oh, see, I just fixed it. Now I'll hear you.
First of all,
September 10th?
Yes, ma'am.
6 p.m.
Yes, ma'am. It was later than that. My wife called. I was going home from work, and she said.
Were you at home?
Pardon me?
Were you at home?
No, ma'am. My wife was. I was.
Good.
At my
So
work.
I don't want to hear from you yet.
She did not come to our house till the 12th.
I don't care what she came to your house. Were you at home on September 10th at 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Where was your dog?
I thought she was in the backyard.
But she wasn't?
I don't remember.
Was she chained in the backyard? Is there a fence?
There is a fence, yes.
Has she gotten out of the fence? She's a digger.
Once before, yes.
Because Jack Russells are diggers.
Yes, ma'am.
So they make holes under the fence and scoot out.
Yes, ma'am.
I know a little bit about Jack Russells. Bought a house from somebody who raised Jack Russells. Spent a lot of time filling in the holes that they made. That's what Jack Russells do. They dig holes.
Yes.
So your dog's gotten out before.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, you got out again. So you tell me why you believe that you are not responsible for all of these bills that the plaintiff had.
Well,
we're not even talking about the pain and suffering she had because she was bitten by your dog, or the emotional distress. We're not talking about that. I think that she would have been satisfied just taking care of the dog's medical bills.
Yes, Your Honor.
So why don't you tell me why you think that you're not responsible?
Well, when she first came to our house, she immediately stated that she was, if we did not take care of it, that she was going to sue us and have our dog picked up. And I asked her, she'd have to talk to my husband because she was very irate and I didn't want to deal with her. So I told her she had to come home back when my husband was home.
Why? Aren't you a big girl? Can't you take care of this business yourself? What do you have to deal with him for? She came to you. She's a woman. You're a woman. She got bit. Her dog got bit. She had vet bills. What did you have to talk to your husband for? What is he? He's got a bigger brain than you do?
No.
I don't think he does.
No.
You don't, do you, sir? You're not smarter than your wife, are you?
In some instances, I think I am.
Really? Really? Just that answer suggests to me that that's not true. So why don't you tell me, Mr. Salas, why you think you're not responsible for these vet bills?
Because today is the first day she's seen our dog. She's not seen our dog before the alleged incident, nor since. Her proof is that she said that she talked to people, children that ride with her son on the school bus, and they said, yeah, there's a little white dog that lives at our house. And that's how she's going on the basis that it was our dog that attacked her dog. Or
Excuse
had
me,
a
Your
dog
Honor.
fight with a
I
dog.
have his statement that we had to go to dangerous dog hearing before I could do in small claims. The statement that he submitted to the court September 30th, 2002, they went to each one of the neighbors, which, you know, it's like welcome to the neighborhood to me, and explained and told what happened. He states on here that neighbors puts their address that says that they saw his dog running from my yard after they heard the confrontation. So he's suing me for hearsay, but he also said it. And when we went to dangerous dog...
You want to respond to that?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll hear you.
I did say that after we asked her to get witnesses. which
Just a
she
second.
could
So
not
you went to
provide.
neighbors, and the neighbors said that they saw your dog leaving her house.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
May I finish?
Uh-huh.
The neighbor said that her son was playing with my dog and coaxed my dog into going to their yard.
How could he coax your dog to go into their yard if your dog was behind your fence?
I'm going by what the neighbor said, I guess, because he was playing. How my dog got out, I don't know. He may have gotten the dog out. I don't know.
Mr. Salas, I've just made up my mind. We're going to let your wife finish talking. Your dog bit her. Your dog bit her dog. Your dog got out from the backyard. Your dog has gotten out of the backyard before. You are responsible for keeping your dog penned in. If your dog digs holes in order to get out of your fenced backyard, then you have to keep your dog in the house. Or you have to keep your dog tethered on a wide enough lead so that your dog has the run of the backyard but can't leave. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. End of discussion. You're responsible for all of these bills. So we've made an interesting case out of your case. However, he has a counterclaim, which is equally as ridiculous, which I'm sure your wife would never have filed. Because, Mr. Salas, you want her to pay for all of the expenses that you incurred when she reported your dog as a dangerous dog, and you had to go to hearings, and you had to get muzzle for your dog, and you had to get restraints in your house, all of those things, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
We had the restraints already.
Then what do you think that she ought to pay for?
All the inconvenience we've incurred because
You
of
should
this.
be inconvenienced.
What about my inconvenience?
You should be inconvenienced. A lot. Your dog had a history of getting out of your fenced backyard, according to your wife, who knows how to tell the truth. And if that's the case, you should have seen to it, and your wife should have seen to it, that this dog was not placed in a position where the dog could get out and cause any injury to any other person or any other animal or people's property. You didn't do that. So if you were inconvenienced, that's what's supposed to happen to people who don't take care of their responsibilities. So your counterclaim is dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $622.90. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I think it was fair.
I don't believe that what was asked for was fair.
And hopefully people that are pet owners realize that you have to take legal liability for your pets.
We've had her since she was born for 9 years. It's never happened before.
You keep your pet at your house and under control.
She doesn't get out of the house, except for when I'm out there.
And you don't let it roam the neighborhood.
Watch out for your neighbors.
If everybody would just stay on their own side and keep their animals in control, then none of this would have happened.
If Miss Collins would have done what I requested in the beginning and asked someone that she said saw the incident come and talk to me, neither one of us would be here right now.
If he just would have been responsible, this would never happen.
I'm glad it's over.
When it bit my dog, I was really freaked out.
Now this is case number 121 on the calendar in the matter of Wells versus Smith. Parties have been sworn in. Judge, you may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mrs. Wells, is this your daughter?
Yes.
Your first name is?
Connie.
Connie, you were one of a twin.
Yes, I was.
And your twin sister died.
Yes.
What was her name?
Carolyn.
When did she pass?
April the 16th.
Mr. Smith, you lived with Carolyn for 17 years.
Yes, I did.
You never married.
No, we didn't.
Is there any reason that you never married?
Yes, we discussed getting married, but for various reasons, mainly monetary reasons, we kept putting it off.
She had a kidney condition?
She was a diabetic. Okay. She had kidney failure.
And she died without a will. And the only monetary property that she had was an insurance policy. And there were two beneficiaries on the insurance policy, her mother and Mr. Smith.
Yes.
How much was that insurance policy?
42.
It was for $44,000. The money was divided equally between Dolores Wells and myself.
Okay. It is your claim that Mr. Smith has property that belongs to your sister and your daughter that should rightfully be yours.
Well, actually, he has pictures of me and her as children, 7 months old baby pictures that I could never get again. And he has all
just 1 second. Do you have any objection giving her twin the pictures of the two of them as
None
children?
whatsoever.
Fine. We've just taken care of the pictures. What else?
Well, actually, I just want her personal belongings.
Just no. Personal belongings is very, very nebulous. You tell me exactly what it is that you think you are entitled to.
I think I'm entitled to her driving license plus a Social Security number card.
Why would you want that? Just because for sentimental reasons?
No. It's due to the fact because Mr. Smith refused to let me have anything convertible of what she had, and he changed locks, wouldn't even, see, I was there, and I was the one that was taking care of her. I wouldn't even got this back, which is mine. I let her use my ring to go on vacation 1 year, and if I hadn't got it during the process of being there, I wouldn't have been able to get my ring because he refused to even invite us over to the house to get anything.
Well, it depends upon what you wanted to get. You have any problem giving her mother her Social Security card?
No, I don't.
And her driver's license?
No, I don't.
Fine. Those things you can have along with the pictures. What else?
Actually, we want all her personal things.
You keep saying all her personal things.
She had 1,000 movie collection tapes. She had
Just a
albums.
second. No, just a second. Now you're talking different story. Now you're not talking sentimental things. Now you're talking things that are worth money. These two people lived together for 17 years.
He lived on her, Your Honor.
Whether he lived on her or not, this is the person your sister chose to live with. You just can't say, I want property. I want all her property.
Okay, my problem is, okay, Judge, this man has a double life he's been living. All of a sudden, he went from being a loving person to a person that was vindictive and treating my sister like dog, poo.
Miss Wells, let me explain something to you. Nobody looks into somebody else's bedroom.
We were there.
You or your mother. Your sister was an adult. She chose this man for 17 years, longer than most marriages. The fact that she is gone now doesn't give you license to look into their relationship and say, I don't like it. Doesn't give you license to do that. It's a very foolish thing for you to do. Sometimes dealing with death, it's easier to be angry with someone, to vent it in anger than to feel the pain that somebody died. So it's very easy to be angry with this man rather than feeling the sadness of your sister's passing. That happens. It's a very natural thing, but it's a very unhealthy thing. So the things that these two people accumulated, irrespective of whose money paid for it, he has in his possession in his home. There are certain personal effects that I can understand you and your mother may want.
Well, he told me that I can have all her clothes.
Okay, I'm the only one that can fit her clothes, but I mean, he hasn't brought all of her clothes to me. He brought a couple of little items, maybe a jacket or something, but my sister has a wardrobe.
Do you have any clothes?
Yes, Your Honor. I took 5 bags of clothing and a box of shoes and other personal effects of Carolyn to them, and Connie told me not to bring anything else because they didn't have any room.
When did you do that, Mr. Smith?
I did that about a month ago or more. And,
Is that true?
It's true, but...
All right, that's all. I don't want to hear but. So he did bring over clothing and
brought
shoes.
a box of clothes and some material.
No, he said 5 bags of clothing.
It wasn't 5. He brought a bag of clothing, he brought a bag of material, and he bought the old raggedy shoes that she wore when she died.
Come on. You're talking $5,000 here. $5,000 doesn't fit old clothes. What else do you want?
My sister had stuff she never wore.
Listen to me.
Well, I want her albums.
You can't have her albums.
He already told me I can have them.
Then he'll give them to you. I'm not awarding you money for them. What?
May I? She also had cash in her savings account. She just had got her income tax. It was $1,500 that she put in her savings, plus she had $200 worth of quarters, which was in their bedroom. And when I went there to look in there, they was not there.
What did you go in there to look in there for?
I was sleeping in there.
What did you go in their room to
and
look in their room?
And she sent me in there to get medication and stuff.
What
Judge.
did you go and look at her quarters for?
Because I don't want to
This is a couple.
Okay.
This is a couple.
All right.
He didn't treat her like
That's
they were a
not
couple.
for you to say, madam.
Okay.
That is not for you to say. Your sister lived with him. For whatever it was, they brought each other a certain amount of pleasure and comfort. Otherwise, your sister wouldn't have stayed. Now that she's not here anymore, it's not the time for you to have bad feelings with this man.
We have not treated this man bad at all. We haven't even called him or nothing.
Just a minute. Did you want to go into his house and take out property that you thought you were entitled to?
Well, I
no,
thought
no.
I was
The
her
answer is
twin.
either yes or no.
Yes, I did.
Well,
I
that's
thought we
wrong.
could.
That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong. For all intents and purposes, this was a couple of a very, very long-standing relationship. Where the heck do you come off going into their home to take property that you believe is yours?
He just had a private life.
That's not your business.
He has a problem coming out of the closet. And
Listen, I don't want to hear that, Miss Wells. I'm totally disinterested in it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
He beat her up. Then she couldn't walk for 3 months. Then she died right after that.
You're talking about things. How will that make your deceased sister feel better?
And later today,
we were all playing hide and go seek, and I tried to push the door open.
And you must have pushed it pretty hard. The door on his house got broken.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Connie Wells and her mother, Dolores Wells, say Malcolm Smith won't return the belongings of Connie's deceased sister. Malcolm says he's given the Wells everything that was hers.
You're not paying attention to me.
I'm
saying to you, get over it. Get over the anger. Your sister is gone.
This man
you want her
on my sister before she could not even walk anymore. He beat her up. Then she couldn't walk for 3 months. Then she died right after that. We don't know what he did to her.
Listen, you're talking about things.
See, this
you're
man,
talking about, and you're not even talking about that because you're not suing him for it. I'm speaking. You're not even talking about things. You're suing him, not for the things. You're talking about suing him for $5,000. How will that make your deceased sister feel better?
Only reason we sued him is because he brought us Pampers and bed sheets that a week after my sister died, and he could have threw that stuff away, but he brought it just to be funny.
And plus he know where I live. It was a letter addressed to me that came to his house. He opened it. This is it right here, y'all.
Let me say it. Was this all before or after you tried to get into the house when he changed the locks?
We haven't tried to get in the house. He changed it the moment she died.
Okay.
He bought a new car, you know,
and Carolyn's. Just a second. This is Carolyn's disability check, the last one for 4 days. So they said the last one goes to the next of kin. Fill out and sign the back for Carolyn's last check. What does that mean? Did he send you the check?
No. He sent her the paper to fill out
what he
that
said.
she had to send to the unemployment office or the disability office. That was inside the letter that he sent to my mother.
Fine. So did she send the papers back?
Yeah.
But I haven't got no information from it.
Just a second. Fine. That's not his fault. he sent you the form, and he told you what to do on the form.
He opened
said,
the
fill
letter.
it out and sign it and send it back for Carolyn's last check. What's wrong with that?
The letter that came to my mother was in her name, her address. It wasn't his to open like he did.
The letter that she's referring to was addressed to Carolyn Wells, to our address. And I opened to look at it to see what it was. When I realized what it was, I wrote that little note and mailed it to her. And I don't see nothing wrong with that.
There is nothing wrong with it, Mr. Smith. Will you see to it that the plaintiffs get any baby pictures?
I
Go
sure
through the baby
will.
pictures. Her
And-
mother would like her driver's license for whatever reason and her Social Security card. Is there anything else that you have in the house that you believe that they would want that you are prepared to give them?
I'm prepared to give Connie record albums, like she said.
Fine.
They are already boxed and ready to go, and more clothes of Carolyn and personal effects.
What personal effects?
Like jewelry, cosmetics, female personal effects.
Okay.
I still don't feel like it's fair because he's picking out what he wants to give
You
us.
cannot go into this man's house and pick and choose from his things what you
thank
want.
you. Thank you.
That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's our excuse. You may step out.
Oh, you guys are so lucky I didn't get up there. This man here, okay? This man here has been real physical with my sister when she could not walk, okay? And he's been a bum.
I think the motivation was behind Carolyn's life insurance, that the fact that Connie Wells was not on it, her twin sister, and her mother and myself was.
And now the next case.
All parties on Terry versus Ocasio. Step forward, please.
43-year-old electrician Steve Terry says Tanya Ocasio's 13-year-old son, Ricky Hill, damaged a door to his home.
What's your first name, sir?
Ricky.
Step up here, Ricky. You're his mother?
Yes.
You weren't there?
No.
Have a seat. You're his father?
Yes, ma'am.
You weren't there?
Correct.
Have a seat. Step up here. What's your first name?
Steven.
Okay. How old are you, Ricky?
13.
How do you know the plaintiff?
We've been friends for a couple of years.
But there came a time a couple of years ago where you weren't as good friends. Is that right?
A few times, yes.
Problems over some stolen property from his house?
Yes.
He said that he thought that you had taken some property from his house. Is that right?
Yes.
And after that time, did you still remain good friends?
Yes, pretty good friends.
Were you allowed in his house?
No. His dad didn't let me in his house.
That was after the incident where things were taken out of the house. Is that right?
Yes.
Something happened with the door to his house, which is what this case is about. That the door on his house got broken.
Yes.
Now I want you to tell me what happened.
We were all playing hide and go seek.
Who was playing?
Me, Steven, my little brother, and one of Steven's friends, Nick. And we'd stopped because everybody got tired. It was time, and Nick was going to go home in 20 minutes. My pager was inside his house. I'd asked them to keep it earlier inside his house. And they were going in, and then I was going to go in with them and get it, and they ran in front of me and shut the door. And I tried to push the door open, and it went open, and they tried to push it back, and it slammed up against the side of the wood on the house, and it just cracked the door.
Then you must have pushed it pretty hard.
Or my pager was on top of his refrigerator.
How do you know it was on top of the refrigerator? Had you
'Cause
been in the house?
I saw him put it on there.
Where were you when you saw him put it on top of the refrigerator?
On the side door, on the steps, and the refrigerator's near it.
So you didn't go into the house?
No.
Because you know you're not allowed in the house?
Yes.
Did you tell him, I just want my pager?
Yes.
And what did he say?
They really didn't say anything. They were just saying keep him out. And
because he's not allowed to be in here.
I don't know. I think they were playing.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Did your little brother have your pager?
Yes.
So what were you doing trying to get into the house?
They gave the pager to him after the door was broken.
Are you sure about that?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Steve Terry says 13-year-old Ricky Hill damaged his door while playing with his son, Steve Jr.
Go over there.
Watch your step.
All right, Stephen. Let's see what happened.
Well, we just got done playing hide and go seek, and before that happened, we put his pager in the house.
How did that happen, that you put his pager in the house?
Well, he said he don't want it to get broken when he was hiding or something, so I put it on top of the refrigerator. We played, everybody got tired of playing, and so he asked for his pager back, and I said, hold on, I'll go get it. And so I went to get it, and then I thought, well, if I open the door, he's going to try to get in. And so finally, I took it to the front door to give it to him.
Why didn't you just get his pager from the kitchen where it was and bring it outside?
Because I thought he might try to come in when I opened the door.
What would make you, just a minute, what would make you think that? He didn't try to get in when you put the pager inside, did he?
No.
So what made you think that he was going to try to get into your house when he wanted to get the pager?
I'm not sure, I just guess I thought that. So I gave it to the little brother at the front door.
And?
I'm not sure from there.
What do you mean you're not sure from there? The door got broken. How did the door get broken?
I don't know. Nick, he was on the side door and I was at the front door, so.
Which door got broken?
The side.
And you weren't there?
Not at the side door. I was at the front door.
Step down. Did your little brother have your pager?
Yes.
So he had gotten your pager already?
Yes.
So what were you doing trying to get into the house?
They gave the pager to him after the door was broken.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
Stephen, do you think that there was a lot of playing around here? Think you were all...
I'd probably say yes about that.
I think so, too. Now, who was at the side door when the side door got broken?
My friend, Nick.
So you weren't there?
No.
So you don't know who was pushing and shoving, right?
Right.
So, wouldn't you say that both of you were responsible for that? Right? Would you step up, please? Is your last name Terry?
Yes.
Mr. Terry, you were not at home that day, is
That's
that right?
correct.
You have pictures for me to show
Yes,
me the
I
door?
do.
I'd like to see them. You have estimates on the door?
Yes.
Looks like $710, is that right?
Yes.
You understand that these boys were playing,
Yes, I did.
and it sort of got out of hand.
Yes.
There was a lot of pushing and shoving, and he was partially responsible. So was a third boy who was in the back. So everybody was sort of involved in it, and your son is very honest that he wasn't at the back door. He can't tell me what happened at the side door. The defendant is mostly honest.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Play around, sometimes things get broken. You want to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to ask Stephen, the door was already broke prior to any of this happening at all.
Yeah, but he broke it more.
He wanted me to pay the entire thing because he's remodeling
But
his
now
home.
you're not going to pay the entire thing. You're only going to pay $236, which you offered to pay at the beginning, correct?
Correct.
Good. It was the right thing to happen, but first you had to get all the facts.
Right.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $236, that's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
3 kids horsing around, a third of it would be fair settlement.
It was because he didn't have enough money to remodel his own home. He wanted me to do it for him, and it just didn't work out that way.
To be honest, I didn't realize that there was so much horseplay going on until today.
Don't let your kids in anybody else's home but your own nowadays, I guess.
Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Ladies, have a seat, please.
Ms. Herram, while I have a busy day today, and I'm not going to make you leave the courtroom, I'm going to suggest that the next time you appear in court, you are more appropriately dressed. Do we understand each other?
Sorry, Your Honor.
You're not going to a beach party today. Today you come to court. When you come to court, you come appropriately dressed. We understand each other?
Definitely.
Good. Now, Mr. Clausen, you and the defendant have a child together.
Yes, Your Honor.
And it is your complaint that when you separated some time ago, you left your television set and entertainment center with Ms. Herram.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you want those items back.
Yes, that would
because
be
you
fine.
say you paid for them, and you're still paying for them.
Yes.
Ms. Harum says you left her, not only with the child, but with a whole stack of bills, and she paid as many payments as you did on that television set and entertainment center. They don't belong to you, they belong to her. When did the two of you separate, sir?
We separated in January of '04.
And when was the television purchased?
In September of '03.
And the entertainment center?
As well, the same time. And the TV stand as well.
You moved out of the house, sir, in January of 2004?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you left the television set and entertainment center there?
Yes, I took everything else that I could, but I did not have a truck to take that.
Well, between January 2004 and June of 2005, I assume that you could have gotten a truck.
Yes, Your Honor.
But you didn't.
I did. I called the police. She wouldn't let me get it. I called the police and they said...
The first time that you asked for it was what date?
A couple days after that, I was like, hey, can I get it back? She said, no. Too bad.
Okay, fine. When did you first file a claim against her in small claims court, which you did in order to initiate this case for the return of your TV and entertainment center?
I have it right here when I went.
What's the date?
The date is 3/15 of '05.
So I'm going to ask you, where were you for 14 months?
Young, I'm trying to become a firefighter, and I was going to school 4 or 5 days a week, and I just didn't have any time for that at all. And taking
Well,
care
what
of
are you doing now?
Now I took some time off because we went through a bunch of custody hearings for our child.
One custody hearing.
Shit,
Mediation, meeting lawyers, and everything else.
Just a second. So you took time off for that?
Yes.
And when was the custody case ultimately decided?
3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago.
Give me the date.
May 18th.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at what stage of the proceedings were the custody and visitation and support case in at the time that you filed the small claims court case?
I filed it right after that.
Right after what?
After we went to mediation, I filed for small claims court on...
Well, what happened at mediation?
I tried taking it to mediation. She wouldn't have anything to do with it. Her mother said that she would pay me $1,500 for it, but she...
What are you talking about?
May I say something?
Yes.
In mediation, he took my daughter from a family member's house, which happens to be my cousin's mother. He wouldn't let me see my daughter, so I went down and I filed custody papers. They granted me full temporary custody.
When was that?
In March.
In March, and it was right after that that he filed the small claims court case?
That is correct, and it was the day that he was ordered to pay me child support that he served me the papers for the small claims court.
Why?
Excuse me?
I was going to have him tell her. Excuse me, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
I didn't ask you anything. Now, on what date did you take this lady's house?
I'm not sure of the date, Your Honor.
Well, if you're not sure of the date, she is. What was the date?
March 15th.
Yes, madam. You want to get up and say something?
Yes, I do.
You're exploding.
Yes, it was March 23rd.
What was March 23rd?
That the baby was removed from the cousin's house because we had a phone call.
Don't speak.
We had a phone call from a bounty hunter looking for Tiffany. And the bounty hunter stated that he needed to get hold of her and that the guy that they're looking for was a drug dealer. So her family told Justin to go get Kea. And that's why Justin went and got Kea.
Her father and her...
Just a second. There was a hearing, ultimately.
Yes,
Is that
Your Honor.
right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And at the hearing, who was awarded custody?
She was. I did not have any paternity tests.
Have you had one now?
No, the court did not order me one. They
Why
said,
not?
I have no idea. They just said that, okay, well, are you willing to take care of this baby if it is or not yours? I said yes. So therefore, no paternity test still, but I am...
Did you ask for a paternity test?
Yes, Your Honor. And they didn't really do anything about it.
He actually filled out the paperwork and everything.
And
They
the
were
courts-
served to me in court when we had our custody hearing.
Oh, fine. Very good. So right now there has been no legal adjudication of paternity. Is that right? Because you haven't had the paternity test.
Exactly.
Your Honor, they made him sign a paper that said that that he didn't have to take a paternity test, that basically when we went to court on May 18th, they were granting him he was the father without the paternity test.
Is that what they did?
Yes.
That was very stupid on your part. Mr. Clausen, I'd always take a paternity test, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
You never can tell.
But that little girl is my whole life. I love her more than anything in the world.
Great. Listen to me. Did you live together?
Yes, Your Honor, we did.
For how long?
4 years?
2 years.
Was it 2
Huh?
years?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years at our other house in 6 months, so 3, 2.5, almost 3. We were together for a while.
Is this your son? If you can have a paternity test, if you were my son, I would say have one. Giving you my good advice. That's the last thing of good advice you're going to get from me. You left the television in the entertainment center with her for 14 months, sir.
I did, and I kick myself in the butt for it every day.
But you had an agreement.
But the other thing was that if she was to move out, I would be able to get it back. And she says, well, it comes in a package. If you take me back, then I get her and the TV back.
And?
And I don't want that deal.
Why not, sir?
Because he'd rather have his 17-year-old girlfriend.
Shh. Don't interrupt again. I let you slide with the outfit, not with the conduct. Go ahead.
Because, Your Honor, it's just how I've caught her at some guy's house, and it's just wrong, and I don't want to have that lifestyle.
Well, very good. You see why I suggested you get a paternity test, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
You went and bought clothes on his Sears account for yourself?
I did buy things for the baby.
You didn't. According to you, you bought cami things for you. Cami in white, cami in pink.
Clausen says the mother of his daughter, Tiffany Harem, owes for the return of property and credit card charges made without his permission.
Now, you get a paternity test, sir. What you don't get is a television and an entertainment center that you left there for 14 months. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Madam, you could sit down.
Thank you.
Get over the television and get over the entertainment center. After 14 months, they're abandoned property. You left them there. I assume that your daughter is watching the television set? The one that you left?
No, it's in storage. It's sitting in storage.
Is that sitting in storage?
No, it's not, Your Honor.
Where is it?
It's in my house. In my bedroom, to be exact.
If you would like to call her father would say that it's in the storage. That's underneath his name.
I'm not calling her father. I'm telling you, get over it. Thus far, the order was that she has custody and you have visitation and everything is nice, even though custody didn't end up the way you wanted it to end up, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That doesn't mean that you try to exacerbate an otherwise relatively calm situation by filing a small claims court 14 months after the fact for a television set.
Well, that was
It's
not
stupid.
That was not the only thing, though. She went to Sears and purchased some stuff on my credit card.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
Here's the receipt.
You went and bought clothes on his Sears account for yourself?
It's in my name as well, Your Honor.
I don't care if it's on your name. Did you discuss it with him first?
No, it's my credit card, too.
Your Honor,
Who's paying the bill?
We both paid the bill.
No.
Excuse me, Your Honor. I paid the bill before he moved out for over 2 years.
I'm talking about now. This sales
And I offered
check
to pay him.
is dated March 11th, 2005. Well, why all of a sudden did you start using this credit card?
I went one time and...
Well, you have to pay for it.
Because I feel that I have paid my fair share of all of his credit cards, and I have them here.
Listen to me very carefully, madam. I have no counterclaim. All I have is somebody who, after a year and a half, went and used a credit card just to give him one of these zingers, knowing that you weren't going to pay the bill and he was going to get stuck with it. And I would feel a little bit more compassionate towards you if you bought things for the baby. But you didn't.
I did buy things for the baby,
You didn't. According to you, you bought cami things for you. Cami in white, cami in pink. Maybe this
shirt, to be exact.
That you get paid for. So judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $204.81. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a good dad. He was there all through my pregnancy and, and still is for her.
I will continue being a great father.
We were very young. We've been together for a long time, 6 years.
For her, she'll probably keep being a good mother.
We had a lot of growing to do. We're different people now than we were, but definitely still both good people.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Bass versus Harpster.
21-year-old Justine Bass is suing her boyfriend's half-brother, 26-year-old Timothy Harpster, for stealing her car. Timothy says the car was in his name.
All right, Miss Bass. This gentleman was your boyfriend's brother. Still your boyfriend?
Yes.
This is the boyfriend?
Yes.
Were you all living together?
Yes.
And according to your complaint, you had a car.
Mm-hmm.
Your insurance was very expensive.
Correct.
Why was your insurance so expensive?
Because I was only 20, so my insurance was really high. And my policy was about to expire, so Tim had given the offer to put it in his name.
Okay. It's your car, and you're going to be driving it.
Primarily, yes.
And in order to get cheaper insurance, You signed the car over to him.
Not only that, we were all living together, and Tim's car was about to get taken because he didn't pay on it, so I was driving his and he was driving mine. And we would all be driving each other's cars, and so he had to put it in his name.
So then it was really all of your car. Everybody paid their fair share of gas and maintenance on it and everything
No, I
else?
paid the maintenance.
Everybody paid gas for the car?
Well, what we drove, we put in gas and stuff, and I...
You're not Miss Bass. You got to understand something. You may waltz around me, but ultimately, I'm going to get to the truth.
Okay.
You understand?
Sure.
What you did was defraud the insurance company. That was your intent.
No.
Your intent was, oh yes, your intent was that it was really your car, because that's why you're here. That's why you're here. It was really your car. You put it in his name for insurance purposes, because if he took out the insurance, it would be cheaper. And then, when you all had a falling out, he took the car, and you want your car back. That's what the case is about. So it wasn't all of your cars, it was your car. That's what you're suing for, right?
Right.
Oh, okay. So what you really did was, when you put the car in his name, which he acknowledges, and he acknowledges that it was put in your name for insurance purposes, right?
Yes.
You didn't pay her anything for the car, did you?
No.
She didn't make you a present of the car, did she?
No.
It was put in your name for one reason only, to defraud the insurance company, right?
Yes.
Now, when did you stop living together?
In February.
Who moved out?
I did.
What'd you do with the car?
Well, it sat at the house. I moved out on the 1st of February, and shortly after that, Justine, my brother, I guess, moved out of the house.
When?
As of, I think it was March, around March 1st.
When did you move out?
We moved out on March 1st.
And?
I actually had some problems with Justine and my brother trying to get some of the things, my belongings, back out of the house. Finally, I did get to pick up the motorcycle that was left in the garage.
I don't care about your things. That's not for me,
Right.
sir. What happened to the car?
Like I said, we had gotten into some arguments and things. I didn't take the car until almost the end of March. The car was left at the house.
In the old house?
Yeah, they actually moved out and didn't take the car with them.
Is that right?
And it sat
We
there.
couldn't. The title was not in my name, and it would be considered stolen, and the cops would have been called, and I would have gotten in trouble.
So you left the car there?
Had to.
So you left the car there?
Yes.
After you moved out on March 1st, when did you contact him?
For what?
For your car back.
I had tried calling him, and he wouldn't answer the phone. Tom had tried calling him, and he wouldn't speak to us. And so...
He wanted some stuff from the house.
He already got it.
What'd you do with the car, Mr. Hofstra?
I sold it, actually.
To whom?
A friend of mine.
Show me. Show me proof that you sold it.
I don't...
When did you sell it?
3 weeks ago. Actually, I didn't even have a problem with giving them back the title for their car. I didn't want their car. I could care less about that car, but when I asked them for the rest of the things back, such as the key for the motorcycle that was left in the garage, they started a big problem. So
you
I
sold
moved...
the car?
No, not necessarily.
How much did you get for it?
$900.
What year car was it?
92 Acura.
How many miles did it have on it?
117,000.
Can I get the blue book on a 1992 Acura? Bird, it's a hatchback.
Yes.
Let's put it in fair condition, please.
What kind of car is it?
Integra GSR.
It wasn't a GSR. It was a GS.
GS.
Fair condition, 1625.
Can I take a look? That's the G. You have to teach me how to do this thing.
She has an Integra. There's the Integra list. 92 Acura.
Right, a GS.
All right, and then the GS. And then she has a GS hatchback. So 1625 on fair condition.
Your Honor.
What is it, sir?
As Tim's saying, that car is a GS. The GSR was it was a special edition. It was a only came in the hatchback. The car was a hatchback. If he had the title.
Only a difference of $100, sir. Listen, you have to consider yourself very, very lucky that I'm even considering any part of your claim. Because usually when people come into a court with not clean hands, I throw them out.
I understand what you were saying as far as the defrauding insurance company. But the fact is that Tim was primarily driving that car. His car was often parked.
Let me explain something to you. You want me to read you what your girlfriend said in her complaint.
Oh, I've read it.
You want me to read
myself.
you? Okay. The insurance policy on my car was about to expire, and Tim said he could put it on his policy so that I could get a cheaper rate. That's why she says that you put the car in his name,
That was
to
not
get
the-
a cheaper rate. That's fraud on the insurance company, sir. Any way you slice it. You're very, very fortunate that I'm considering any part of your claim. Certainly not worth $2,800. I don't believe that you got $900 for it. I'm not even sure that it's still not sitting in your driveway someplace.
No, it isn't. I did sell it.
And you sold it because you were angry over your property.
No, actually, I sold it because I asked them, I would have gave them the car back. Yes, I was upset about my property.
So why don't you just say yes?
Yes, I was upset
Instead
about
of
that.
excuses. So you were angry that they wouldn't give you the key to your motorcycle and the other things that
Your
you
Honor,
want. You said,
may
I'm
I?
speaking. So you said, car's in my name, and this, according to your answer, you said I could do whatever I want with it.
Plus,
That's what
also,
you
it
said.
was left there, yes.
That's what you said. Car's in my name, I can do whatever I want with it. Right?
Yes.
Your Honor, we did leave the car there, but what were we supposed to do? Remove
You were
the car?
supposed to do exactly what you did now, sir, which is immediately go to small claims court there and have a case that was heard sometime the beginning of March. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, I was also speaking to other family members of mine, my brother Jim, who is an older brother than both of us. He was also speaking to him because we are family and we didn't want to have to resort to this, you know.
But
and
ultimately you did.
Had to.
That's we had taken
Right.
everything else we could. And
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,700. That's all. Goodbye.
Oh, Judge, excuse me, step out. This way, sir.
he said he was going to give it back. We wouldn't have just chose to come here because it was that simple.
I feel like that they destroyed my motorcycle. They kept my bedroom set and everything else, and I was more than willing to give him back the car.
Tim being the kind of person he is, if he can get something for free, as many people would, they're going to try to do that.
That's ridiculous. Absolutely, that's ridiculous.
He is my brother, unfortunately.
We all lived together. We all paid rent. We all paid $9.
Gentlemen, have a seat.
Mr. Sherman, you and Mr. Schiller used to be friends, according to the complaint that I read. It is your claim that after an evening of drinking, Mr. Schiller purposely damaged your car.
Yes.
Mr. Schiller says that he did not damage your car, and in any event, you don't take responsibility for things that you do because a month or so previous to this incident, you got drunk and got sick on his carpeting and didn't take responsibility for that. So that's what happens when you get drunk. That's your defense.
That's basically correct, yes.
All right. Let's get to my favorite part of this. Let's get to the drinking part. What date did this incident allegedly happen, Mr. Sherman?
March 25th, 2005.
What time?
About 1 o'clock in the morning.
What day of the week was the 25th of March?
I believe it was a Saturday.
So nobody had school or work. Do you
No.
work or go to school?
I go to college, and I also
Where?
work, Longview Community College.
Okay. Where did you start your drinking, Mr. Sherman, on Saturday night?
Went to a party, I believe it was a high school party in a rural area. I didn't know the person's house. I was taken there with my witness, Sean.
How many people were there?
I'd say about 50, 55.
I love this part. There were 50 or 55 high school kids?
Yeah, give or take.
A lot of drinking?
A lot of drinking.
Was it a nice house?
Not really.
Not when they got finished with it. The parents home?
No.
You know, I think when you have teenage children, you should just make a pact. You don't go away.
That's right.
You just don't go away.
Take them with you or lock them up.
Right. They should have sort of a kennel for them. So that the parents can go away. So these 50 teenagers are drinking in a house. Some other guys, you know, older college men like
Yeah.
you show up, more responsible, and you're drinking. Now, was everybody bringing their own booze, or
Yeah.
was it... What did you bring?
I didn't bring anything. I wasn't drinking, Your Honor.
Not at all.
No.
Who was driving?
I was.
What were you drinking? Is not an answer.
I was
But
drinking.
standing up is good.
I was drinking Miller Lite.
How many did you bring?
12 pack.
12, just for you?
Yeah.
And the two of you went together?
Yes, ma'am.
How did you know the people whose party it was?
I just got calls from friends and.
Sort of out of the loop. You know, teenage kids have passed me by a long time ago. When you get the call, what does the call usually say?
There's a party and come over and blah, 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 and then you get directions and just go.
Now you can sit down, Sean, until I need you again. Okay, so what happened at the party, Mr. Sherman?
Well, I went to the party, started talking with some friends, gazed over and saw Mr. Schiller here. He was with his best friends, and they were making faces at me, laughing and towards my direction, and I just got real embarrassed and really just distraught about the whole thing. And then they started making puking motions at me.
Had you gotten sick on Mr. Schiller's carpet the month
Yes.
before?
Yeah, I did.
And did you make arrangements to have the carpet cleaned up?
He refused my help. He said, no, I've had enough with you. He just told me to get out of his house.
Okay. Did he subsequently call you and have carpet cleaned?
Not till a week later.
A week later. I said subsequently. Subsequently can be a week.
Okay.
So he called you a week later, and what did you say to him?
I said, no, I'm not going to pay for that.
Okay. Let's cut to the party's over, and you got to the party at what time?
9:30ish?
9:30, and you left about 12:30, quarter of 1?
Yeah.
Good. And all that time you didn't have a beer?
No.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Almost doesn't pay to go to the party.
Oh, you have a good time there. Socialize. I don't think you have to drink to have a good time.
Any drug? Yeah, well.
No. No drugs.
No drugs?
No drugs, Your Honor.
Any drugs?
No.
Just drinking.
Just drinking.
How much did he drink?
About case.
Okay, so now it's 12:30, quarter of 1. And you leave?
Yeah, I decided to leave. I was
So,
tired of it.
Now, pick it up from there, Mr. Sherman.
Mr. Schiller and his friends were extremely drunk. I walked out to my car, and they ran in front of me and started pushing my car into a ditch. At that point, I got in the car, told Sean to get in the car, and started the ignition and headed out. They continued to follow me in their Chevy Blazer. Started yelling out the window and flashing their lights, honking their horn, tapping me on the
You
road.
mean acting stupid?
Yeah,
Okay,
acting
so they're
stupid.
acting stupid. What's next?
After that, I got to my house, stepped up on the front porch. They rolled up right behind me, honking the horn, telling me that they want to kick my... And I told them to leave, and they revved their engine and slammed into the back of my car, Your Honor, and then drove off. At that point, I was in shock and called the police. I have the police report right
Can
here.
I see it, please?
Yes.
Have a photograph of the damage?
Yes. I also have an estimate.
I'd like to see that, too. Now I'll hear you, sir.
About a month before this incident occurred,
I know months before you,
Yeah.
you got sick and he ruined your carpet.
ruined
and
the carpet, damage.
You wanted him to pay
Well,
for
not
it.
only that, though, he tried to fight me in my own house.
He got drunk.
He got drunk.
He has a drinking
He
problem.
cost me, yeah. Well,
He
he
has a
blacked
drinking
out, and I
problem.
let him pass out on the ground.
Listen to me, Mr. Schiller. He has a drinking problem.
He's an alcoholic.
I don't have a drinking problem. He has a drinking problem.
He has a...
Mr. Sherman, I want you to trust me on this one. I have a nose. You shouldn't drink. Keep going.
Well, we were outside. He basically invited us over to try to fight him. He
How
wanted
did
to fight.
he do that?
What, screaming down the road. Sean actually was yelling out the window, come over and fight us.
No, Your Honor.
Okay, so that's... Listen, Mr. Sherman. See, that's what happens when you have a drinking problem. You can't control yourself. Mr. Sherman, do you understand?
Yes.
Understand how quiet he was when you were testifying? Didn't interfere. When you have a drinking problem, even if you haven't been drinking, you lose control of the ability to have control of yourself. Like right now. Mr. Sherman, if I can tell that you, as a 19-year-old kid, drinks too much, by the time you're 30, it's going to be over.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
I just wanted to get this settled, maybe talk out with him, but...
And you thought, Mr. Schiller, the appropriate time to talk to Mr. Sherman was when he had had a case of beer.
Sherman says acquaintance Jothan Schiller rammed his car in a drunken rage. Jothan claims it's Justin who is the troublemaker.
All right, so now you are at Mr. Sherman's house because this idiot over here challenged you to a duel.
Yes.
And you were sufficiently sophisticated, in control of yourself to say, I'm not going to get started with this. I'm going to go home. Whoops. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to go over and fight them. Right? Now, you go over there, you honk your horn, and they don't come.
No, they ran inside as soon as we got there.
Right, and you honk your horn.
Yes, I honked.
And they didn't want to come out to fight you.
No, they did not want to. When they had offered first. I mean, I didn't want to fight him. I just wanted to get this settled, maybe talk out with him, but...
And you thought, Mr. Schiller, the appropriate time to talk to Mr. Sherman was when he had had a case of beer.
Yes. That's the only time to talk to him.
No. You thought that the appropriate time to talk to him when he would be in
whenever
control
you see
of
him,
his senses.
he's usually been drinking.
Mr. Schiller, don't play with me, sir.
Well,
all right. And it's your statement that after you honked your horn and they refused to come out, you drove away and you did not back into the car.
I was parked in the driveway, so it might have appeared that I was close, but maybe his prior damage.
So that's your statement.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. What year is your car, sir?
A 91 Buick LeSabre.
Okay.
It holds sentimental value, Your Honor.
What?
It was my great-grandfather's. That's why I want it fixed. It holds sentimental value.
I don't get sentimental over a car, sir. You know, maybe a vintage Rolls Royce. But I got to tell you something. You should have it fixed. You're not going to have it fixed for $2,000. You find a ding doctor who can fix it maybe for $500. But I'm going to tell you both. If you continue to drink and act stupid, that's what happens. You ruin carpet. He hits your car. You're just lucky you didn't kill somebody else that evening because you had all been drinking. I have very little sympathy for either one of you. Anyway, you're suing him for $2,000 because that's the estimate that you had. The whole car's not worth $2,000. Get somebody to fix it for $500. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I'm just completely outraged. I didn't cause any damage to his car. He's just, you know, like she said, a drinking problem, so that's just the person that we're dealing with.
I don't have a drinking problem. I never did, never will. He's the one with the drinking problem. That's why he hit me.
Alcoholism runs in his family, you know, I mean, so he just doesn't have, he also doesn't have regard for society.
I never wanted to start a fight. That's what I was saying.
He drives home after parties and gets in car accidents. It's just kind of ridiculous.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Davis versus Seco, step forward, please.
Lola Davis is suing her granddaughter's mother, 21-year-old Michelle Seco, for attorney fees as a result of a restraining order. Michelle says she was fearful of Lola kidnapping her daughter.
Miss Davis, Miss Seco is the mother of your granddaughter.
Yes.
She was not married to your son, but they do have a child together, and that child is how old?
3.5.
Where is your son now?
He's incarcerated.
For what?
Violation of a probation.
For what?
DWI.
So he has a drinking problem?
Yes, ma'am.
It is your claim that Miss Seco filed a false application for a protective order against you and your husband.
Yes.
As a result of which you had to retain an attorney and you want her to pay for your legal fees.
Yes, I do.
Miss Seco says that the allegations in her application were true, and it's unfortunate because you used to see your granddaughter regularly but don't anymore.
Right.
So, Miss Seco, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
When did you file this application for a protective order?
On January 11th.
Under what circumstances?
Because of the harassing phone call that I had got from him saying that Christina's father was going to kidnap her and take her up to Kansas City because he was going to work on the railroad with his dad. And I asked him about it, and he didn't know anything about it, but he was moving up there, and he was thinking of giving me sole custody to get his life straight. And I told them that, you know, they called the cops on me, and I told them that they were no longer going to see her because, you know, if Kenneth's not there...
What do you mean they called the cops on you? For what?
For checking on the well-being. They called the cops several times on me and family services, and I have the reports here if you'd like to see them.
I would. And I'd also like to see the application that you filed for the protective order.
Okay.
So you filed a petition in which you allege as follows.
Mm-hmm.
She is constantly harassing me if I don't let her see her granddaughter. She makes me out to be an unfit mother. She's several times called Division of Family and Children's Services and called the cops on me.
Yes.
When I would go to pick up my child, we would get into arguments and she would yell at me and threaten to take my child away. She's constantly harassing me about my 3-year-old daughter, which I fear she might kidnap and flee the state.
Yes.
Well, what did she say about kidnapping your child, or are these fears that you have that were born out of the fact that she said, if you don't let me see her, something will happen?
She told me that whenever her son Kenneth was moving up to Kansas City and that his father had a lot of money and they were going to get full custody and make me out to be an unfit mother.
I never said that.
Just a second. So?
And I asked Kenneth about it, and he said that was not true. He was going to move and stay up there and get his life on track because of his previous history, and he was going to give me sole custody.
Lola Davis says the mother of her granddaughter, Michelle Seco, took out a false restraining order against her.
How many grandchildren do you have, Ms. Davis?
I have 13 total.
Unfortunately, you can't sue the person who granted her a temporary restraining order. You were granted a temporary restraining
Yes.
order, then you had a trial?
Yes.
And at the trial, the case was dismissed?
Yes.
Well, should never have been a temporary restraining order based upon these allegations. There is not one allegation here that is sufficient judgment for a court to have granted her a temporary restraining order.
Judge Judy?
Yes.
When she filed the ex parte orders on us, we had retained the attorneys to appear for us on our behalf, and by the time we did get to court, the whole case was dismissed. And I have a copy of the court transcript.
I don't have to read the transcript. I've been in the business a long time. When you file for a protective order, one of the things that you're stating is, based upon a fact, you are in fear for your safety or the safety of your child. Fact. She doesn't state any facts here. What she says is, I fear she might hire a hitman to kill me. Well, maybe she's crazy. Maybe that's why she has a fear. Maybe she's nuts. But I fear that she might kidnap my daughter. Well, that's not what she said, according to you, Ms. Seco. According to you, what she said is, my husband is moving, and according to you, she said, and they have a lot of money. The parents have a lot of money, the relatives have a lot of money, and they're going to sue and try to get sole custody of the child. Whether that's true or not, that's legal. Mm-hmm. So there is nothing in your petition that should have inspired a judge to grant a temporary restraining order. So you're suing the wrong person, because she's not a lawyer. She didn't pull the wool over anybody's eyes. She made statements like she was, free thinking, and somebody who wasn't using their noodle granted her a protective order, temporary, and by the time it got down to push comes to shove, they thought better of it and either dismissed it,
yes,
or she didn't show up and they dismissed it because she wasn't there, or was there a hearing?
Yes, there was.
There was a hearing, and the court said there's no basis for a restraining order.
Correct.
Right. I think that there is probably a larger picture here, and that larger picture is, it's unfortunate that you're not seeing your granddaughter anymore.
I'm trying to file for grandparents' rights, Your Honor.
That's kind of a hard thing to do, because the law is very strict with regard to that now. Is there any way that you can envision having Mr. and Mrs. Davis see their granddaughter?
I mean, I didn't have a problem with it at all in the beginning until they started calling family services and cops coming out for false accusations.
Okay, now let me ask you this question. You live at home with your parents?
Yes.
Do your parents have any objection to this Davises coming over to see your granddaughter for an hour or two in their house?
I mean, if it's at my house, I don't think they would really have a problem with it.
Well, Ms. Davis, if those are the circumstances now, at least for now, that Ms. Seco is prepared to allow you to come and spend some time with your granddaughter, I would do that.
I am going to do that, Your Honor, because I love her very deeply.
They have 13 grandchildren.
Right.
You have one child. Your daughter only has 4 grandparents.
Yep.
Your son has a problem.
Yes, he does.
So, better be nice to her.
Yes.
Why don't you see while you're here if you can arrange for a time, an hour maybe on a Sunday? That would be reasonable.
Yes.
And it would certainly show me a level of maturity on your part.
Exactly, and I've always told her that she is the grandmother and nothing is ever going to change that, whether me and her son aren't talking or not, and I've always told her, even before I had my child.
So, why don't you see if this Sunday you can make some time? You live close enough, don't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Parties are excused when they step out.
Well, I'm very thankful that Judge Judy and Michelle
make the decision to let me see my granddaughter.
We love that baby. We used to have her all the time. Now we don't get to see her at all. Maybe an hour is better than nothing.
I appreciate.
It is your claim that the defendant had you falsely arrested for assault.
Yes, that's right, Your Honor.
And the defendant says that you did, in fact, hit him at a bar. He had every... He had every right to call and make a complaint, and that's your problem. So why don't you tell me how you know him and when this incident took place?
The incident took place in February of this year at a nightclub around the corner from my house. I did not know Mr. Borsity from Adam at the time. When he accosted me in this bar and was trying to convince me that I should leave with him and his friend to go somewhere, as he put it, a little more exciting. At that time, he started pushing me slightly, and we were by the revolving doors, and I was afraid he was going to try and push me out the doors of the restaurant.
How was he pushing you? Show me how he was pushing you.
With his hands around my waist, and I was facing him. It was very uncomfortable. I tried to turn. As I was wearing backless shoes, I tried to turn so that I could stop myself from being pushed. And it only lasted a couple of seconds before the manager at the time yelled over for him to cut it out and take a seat, which he did. However, at the very end of the evening, Mr. Borsity again came forward and, was basically asking me, don't you want to go somewhere else? Where are we going after this? That sort of thing. And I finally had lost my patience with him, and I believe what I said to him was, the closest you're going to get to leaving this bar with me is if I kick you in the butt on your way out the door.
Okay.
At which point, he grabbed me by the shoulders, and I broke his grip and slapped him. He had twice accosted me before I slapped him.
Just a second. So he grabbed you by the shoulders.
Yes.
And you pushed his arms away and slapped him. Okay. What happened next?
After that, he became really enraged, and his arm went up, and I believe he was going to strike me. But at that time, about 3 or 4 other people stepped in and pulled him off. When they finally let go of him, the first thing he did apparently was to turn and push poor Vince into a bunch of chairs. My understanding is that he was injured. I was standing nowhere near anyone at the time. No one was restraining me, and it says in the warrant as well that...
Okay, so that's what happened. Now, you went home that night.
Yes.
Nothing else happened. There was no other contact between the two of you.
As I was leaving, a friend of mine had agreed to walk me out. Mr. Borsity and Mr. Duffy had circled back around in their truck and were waiting for me outside and approached me. Jason, who was escorting me out, said, get back in the car. We don't want any trouble. You guys have, you've caused enough trouble this evening. Don't talk to her, don't anything. And they kept walking. And that's when Vince said, my buddy just wanted to apologize, and Mr. Borsity didn't say anything even like that, but there was no altercation or anything outside. I was like, yeah, fine, whatever, it's done, got in my car, and I went home that evening.
And the next thing that happened was?
The next thing that happened with him is that I'm basically getting out of my shower on a Saturday evening. There's a sheriff pounding on my front door. I've got a robe and a towel on my head, and I'm arrested for an assault that never happened.
What happened with that case?
Well, when we went to court, my attorney had hired a private investigator who had talked to everyone involved. But when we got to the court...
What happened to the case?
It got thrown out.
It was dismissed?
Yes, it was dismissed. They didn't even take it to trial. They said there wasn't enough evidence.
Okay. Now I'll hear you.
We were in the bar, we were drinking, we were doing karaoke. She was in the bar when we arrived. As the night went on, we were talking about several conversations. There was nobody else in the bar. There was only 5 people in the bar total. This, what she said, is a lot of fiction, a lot of fiction. We were talking about the martial arts and things like that, and she basically said, in an inebriated state, that she could probably take me in a conflict. Anyway, I went to the restroom, and I came back. Then she made another derogatory comment to me about my endowment. And I told her, I said...
What did she say to you?
Well, she was talking to the other bartender, and she's looking at me, and she said, I think he probably has a small, That's what she said. And I said, were you talking to me? And she, with a smirk on her face, she said, oh, no, I was talking about somebody else. And I go, whatever. And I called her. I walked away from her, right?
Why did you call her name?
Because she was speaking to me. Because she was speaking. There was nobody else in the room, and she was smirking. And she had already, said she thought she could take me in a fight, and she was acting, And she'd been up. She's not a wallflower, Your Honor. She had been up doing karaoke. She had done 4 or 5 songs, over the course of the evening. But anyway, make a long story short, she as I was walking away, she said it again, that, you know, I think she probably could take me in karate. And I said, well, I slapped down some money.
This was after you called her a name.
After I called her, yes, I did call her. And I slapped down some money on the table, and I said, there's $5 here that says you can't, you know, that you couldn't take me.
So you challenged her to, shh, well, no, please? You challenged her.
Well, I just basically said, yes, I did, I guess.
Okay.
And then Ron, the bartender here, he was bartending at the time, he witnessed it, and he said, take it outside if you're going to do anything. You know, I picked up my money and started walking away from her, and she came up behind me, tapped me on the shoulder, I turned around, she slapped me. And I looked at her and I said, what, are you crazy, right? She slapped me again. Then Vince jumped, he was on a stool, he came around, grabbed me and put my arms around me so it wouldn't go any further escalation, right? While my arms are being held like this, she punched me with a closed fist, okay? I broke free of him, that's how he got injured. When I threw him off me, he hit a table, he fell down, okay? Then she swung at me again, I grabbed her and I put her down on the floor. And then the other bartender, her friend Jason, he came around from the back of the bar and held her while I left. And that's what happened.
This is the fourth version of this story
Just
that
a second.
told.
You testified, is that right?
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Both of you were drunk. The only one that wasn't drunk was him.
That's not true, in fact.
Oh, yes, it is.
No.
Oh, yes, it is.
And later today,
He came into my home, took off his clothes, and went straight to the bar.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Susan Rathgaber says she was arrested when fellow bar patron Duff Borsity falsely accused her of assault. Duff says she slapped him twice and then punched him.
Now, you weren't injured.
Well, no, I wasn't, ma'am. I did get it.
And so you went home.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
You did not call the police from the bar.
No, I did not.
Did you drive yourself home immediately?
Well, no, I waited for him to come out. My roommate, Vince.
How long did you wait outside for Vince?
Probably about 5-10 minutes.
Is there any reason why you didn't call the police from the bar where there were witnesses?
He asked me to leave, and I didn't want to cause a scene there.
Who asked you to leave?
The bartender, Ron Jolly.
Okay, now step up. You know the plaintiff.
Yes, ma'am.
Before that evening, had you ever met the defendant?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you friendly with Mr. Borsky?
Yes, ma'am.
And what about the plaintiff?
She was a regular at the club probably about a year since I started working there.
Okay. Did you ever have any words with her?
No, ma'am.
Have any problems with her?
No, ma'am.
Did she ever become drunk and sloppy?
Once or twice, maybe, yes.
She did?
Yes.
And do you remember how much each of these two people had to drink that night?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me.
Both of them were pretty well intoxicated, yes.
And when the defendant left, he said he went out and got in his pickup truck. Who drove home?
That I don't know.
Who drove home?
I did, ma'am.
Drunk?
Yes, ma'am. She drove home drunk, too.
I'm going to get there. I thought you lived around the corner. Did you drive home?
Yes, ma'am, I did, but I had waited in the club for about 40 minutes by the time I left. And I waited in my car with Jason for about another 20 after that. And I actually had only had 3 beverages over a 4-hour period that
I don't think that's what he's saying. Is that right?
No, ma'am. I was serving shots to both parties all night.
And they were both pretty well drunk.
Correct. And this did happen around 1:30. And when I left the bar at 2 o'clock, there was nobody outside.
Now, you want to tell me what you observed that
Yes,
night?
ma'am. They were sitting on one side of the bar over here. She was on the other side of the bar. There was conversation back across the bar. The fact of the martial arts did come up. At that point, I did take keen to the conversation because when people are drinking in a bar, a conversation like that comes up, you need to keep an eye on them. Then I did see Mr. Borsity come around. She did actually challenge him a few times, and there was a bet made. He walked around, he put money on the bar, and at that point, I told both of them to go outside. At that time, he picked the money up from the bar, put it back in his pocket. She got up from her seat, tapped him on the shoulder. As soon as he turned around, she took her open fist and slapped him right in his face. His head actually turned completely to the side.
And then what did you see?
She stepped back in an aggressive stance. She was smiling, laughing. I asked her then to grab her things and leave. She took a few steps towards him again, slapped him a second time. That's when Vince came around. He tried to hold Duffy back, and then that's when she hit him again. He took Duffy, threw him off. He went over one table, landed at the base of another table. I was getting furious. I was like, you guys need to leave right now, because then that looks bad on me because I'm not controlling the situation.
I got you. Okay.
That I'm sorry, Your Honor. That's just not the story that Mr. Borsity told the police, and it's not the story that was in his warrant that he swore out under oath.
Just a second. Let me tell you something. Both of you were drunk. The only one that wasn't drunk was him.
That's not true, in fact.
Oh, yes, it is.
No.
Oh, yes, it is. He wasn't drunk. The two of you were drunk. That's why I don't care what he swore to in the warrant. I don't care what you're telling me happened, because neither one of you have a clear picture of what happened. He has a very clear picture of what happened. Clear as a bell. I believe that you hit him.
In self-defense?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Nope. I don't. I don't believe it was in self-defense. I believe that you hit him. I don't believe that you injured him. He says you didn't injure him.
No, she didn't.
But you still can't put your hands on somebody. You can't slap somebody twice. You can't, but just because you're a girl.
Well, it was perfectly acceptable for him to push me around in a bar.
Well, he didn't push you around at all.
Absolutely.
Oh, no, he didn't. No, he didn't. You may not like what he said to you. You may not like that he was coming on to you. Let's leave or whatever. If you didn't like what he had to say to you and you thought he was drunk or you thought he wasn't being respectful, you could have gotten in your car and gone home. You chose to stay. You chose to stay until 1 o'clock in the morning. So nothing that he said to you was that offensive because the place wasn't hopping with a whole bunch of other people. I believe that you put your hands on him first. Your case is dismissed. That's all.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. She made it out like she was a little wallflower. She's a rough chick.
His own two stories to the police and on his warrant didn't match what he just told the judge.
She's a liar, and she got just what she deserved, and I'm glad I won. Judge Judy was right on.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Niku versus Q. Step forward, please.
Limo driver Tony Niku is suing computer analyst Rhonda Pugh for the unpaid cost of a limo ride. Rhonda says the limo was a birthday gift.
Mr. Niku, you have a limousine business, is that correct, sir? And it is your claim that the defendant hired your limousine for the purposes of schlepping herself and several relatives of girlfriends around for her birthday, that she used your services and then stiffed you for the bill. You want your money, $665.
Yes, ma'am.
And Miss Pugh says it was a birthday present, right? Right. Are you a friend of hers?
No, not necessarily.
What does that mean, not necessarily? I never heard an answer like that. Are you a friend of hers?
No.
Had you ever driven her before?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
One other occasion.
Did you charge her?
Yes, I did.
So tell me what happened on the 5th.
Well, on the 5th, I went and picked her up
What time?
Paramount at 9 o'clock and drove them to
When you picked her
Redondo Beach.
up, was there anyone else at her house when you picked her up?
Oh, yeah. There was like at least 7 or 8 of them.
Men, women?
Ladies.
All ladies. So it was a ladies' night out, is that right, Miss Pugh?
Right, that's correct.
Okay, what birthday was it?
This year, 2003. What year was I born, or what are you asking?
What birthday were you celebrating?
Oh, my 18th?
More like 62.
32.
It's not so terrible. I would take that in a heartbeat. Okay, keep going.
I brought a bottle of champagne, which is we charge, and she had.
Mr. Niku, I have a question before
Sure.
you go on. Because you have a very calming voice.
Yes.
You know.
I'm a really calming guy.
Almost falling asleep. When was the first time you drove her?
Approximately.
Look at me.
A month and a half prior to that.
Mother's Day.
Okay. Between Mother's Day and July 5th, when you took her again, did you see Miss Pugh?
He took me again.
Shut. I'm not speaking to you.
Okay.
No,
From
ma'am.
Mother's Day to July 5th, you did not have any contact with her other than the phone call that she made for you to pick her up for her birthday.
Yes.
Is that correct, Miss Pugh?
No, ma'am, he's lying.
Sorry, so you saw him on Mother's Day.
Right.
And he drove you on Mother's Day.
Right.
And after that, when did you see him
Father's
again?
Day.
Father's Day. What happened on Father's Day?
I hired him again for Father's Day.
Oh, good. And you paid him?
Right.
Okay. When was the next time you saw him after Father's Day?
I think we were supposed to get together for drinks.
But you didn't?
Not sure.
Okay. Now, so you took him out for the
And
evening?
took him out to Redondo Beach, to this bar, and...
Could you pick up the pace a little bit, Mr. Niku? I just, you know, I
well,
have
I'm
other
trying to
things
get to the
do today.
details exactly
I don't
what
need
happened.
details. Just
She
what time
has-
did you bring him home?
Like, by the time I got home, it was 3 in the morning.
And what did you do when you dropped them off?
All night, she's making passes at me, grabbing my private parts,
Please.
Which I didn't appreciate in public. When we got there, she invited me into her house. We had a couple of drinks at that point.
Okay, just a minute. She invited you into the house and you went in and had a couple of drinks.
Yes.
So I imagine that you got over the fact that you were humiliated by her grabbing your private parts in public.
Well,
Just a minute.
so.
I assume that you were
Apparently
getting...
so.
I assume, Mr. Nuku, that you had gotten over that humiliation. Is that right, sir?
Yes.
Okay. Enough so that you went inside and had a couple of drinks. And what happened after you had a couple of drinks?
So we had a couple of drinks. We went to her bedroom. Before things got intimate, I tried to take care of the bill, try to take care of business first. So she gave me, I asked her repeatedly several times. She finally took out her credit card and gave me her credit card number for the payment. The clothes came off. A couple hours later, and it was time to go home because I could not find a credit card number anywhere.
Okay.
And then I asked her...
Just a second. I got the whole picture from your end. Okay. Picked you up at 9 o'clock, dropped you off at 3 o'clock.
9:45.
9:45. What was the arrangement as far as payment? How much an hour?
Like $50.
$50
is what I
an
had
hour.
normally paid in the past.
Okay. Did he come to your house?
Yes, he did.
Did he spend part of the night with you?
He came into my home, took off his clothes, and went straight to the bar.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, it was kind of uncomfortable.
Miss Pugh,
he got a little frisky, and I asked him to leave.
And did he leave?
Not right away. He was drunk. I paid him to leave. Well, I gave him my credit card information because I was ready for this to be over with. Now, originally when I talked to him and I asked him about...
So why do you say it was a birthday present? What makes you think
Right,
it's a
because
birthday
when I
present?
talked to him before, he told me not to worry about it. He said, it's your birthday. He comes to my house with champagne and with Iranian pastries and all this other good stuff. And, you know, so this is what he led me to believe, that it was a birthday gift.
You called him to set up 7-5. There was no birthday present.
No, I
You were
anticipated
retaining
on
him.
paying him
Right,
at that time.
Good. Okay, how much do you charge an hour?
$65 an hour, man.
All right.
And
how
it
many
clearly says on my business card.
Let me say, for the purposes of this case, that it was $65 an hour, and I will take your hours. You picked her up at 9. You dropped her off at 3. That's 6 hours. 6 times 65.
Yes. Comes up to $3.90 and $50 for the bottle of champagne.
So get the bottle of champagne. Who ordered champagne?
She
Something
did. She
cheap
ordered
from
champagne.
the... Oh, my God. That is so not true.
Just a second. I have $390. That's 6 times 65.
Okay, and we have a 20% gratuity for tips and beverages and gas, so on.
Is this your limousine?
Yes, it is.
Never combine business with pleasure, Mr. Naku.
I wasn't.
It's a
I was
very,
led into
listen to
it.
me, it's a
Ma'am,
very...
this lady thinks...
Listen to me very carefully. $390 represents 6 times $65 an hour.
Right.
You got your tip. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $390. That's all.
Thank
Step
you,
out.
Your Honor.
What about lost wages, ma'am?
Parties are excused. Step out.
This lady happens to think that she has big breasts and she's God's gift to Pepsi generation.
The little Oompa Loompa got exactly what he deserved.
She thinks everybody should just do everything for her for free.
I don't know which part of his rear end he pulled that story from.
I don't even bring champagne and flowers to my real girlfriends.
He's wanted me from day one. He wanted me on Mother's Day, he wanted me on Father's Day, he wanted me on my birthday, and he still wants me now. Ask him.
Ikema versus Smith. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats, please.
Mr. Dickamud, this young man is your stepson.
Yes.
I assume that this is your son. Is that right?
Yes.
How old are you?
21.
What's your first name?
Kirk.
According to you, you loaned Kirk some money. He got himself into some trouble.
Yes.
A couple of times. And you bailed him out.
Correct.
He hasn't paid you back, and he promised he would.
Correct.
The first thing Kirk says is that he did borrow the money from you, and in exchange for the money, he said he would mow your lawn for the summer, which he did.
Yes.
That was the payback.
Yes.
Right? That was his first excuse. The second excuse is that his mother told him he didn't have to pay you back. Right?
Correct.
And I can take my choice, one from column A or column B, depending upon how
Well,
it
they're
feels.
for separate things.
What was the first loan for, Mr. Dicama?
Initially, the one where he was going to mow our lawn was we bailed him out of jail, and he was going to repay us, but he couldn't, and he was going to mow our lawn for us to help to repay that loan. And he did mow our lawn one time.
I mowed the lawn more than once.
Shh, don't answer.
Sorry.
Was he living with you at the time?
No, ma'am, he was not.
Was not. All right, well, tell me about this bailing him out of jail. Tell me about it.
That time was in February of 2003, and the bail was $325.
What was your offense, Kirk?
Driving on a suspended license.
What was the license suspended for?
It was suspended for an MIP.
What's an MIP?
Is a minor in possession.
Minor in possession of what?
Alcohol.
Okay. Is that the first time your license was suspended?
No, it isn't.
What was it suspended for prior to that?
For MIPs, a minor in possession of alcohol a couple times, and then for driving on a suspended while suspended.
Been arrested for anything else?
I've been arrested for, when I was a minor, for doing a gas and go.
You know, I've been a judge for a very long time. I'm pretty familiar with the penal law. I never heard of a gas and go.
Well, I went to a gas station and I stole gas, and then I left without paying for it.
So you stole gas?
Yes.
Safe to say, Kirk, you don't abide by the rules.
I try to. I've made some poor mistakes.
You've made a lot of mistakes.
Yes, I have.
Okay. So, $325 was the first bail.
Yes.
And is that what he was supposed to pay back by mowing the lawn?
Yes.
And how many times do you say you mowed the lawn?
I mowed it at least a couple of times, and plus it was,
at least a couple.
It was for more than just the 300. It was for my probation fines that were also with that, and plus for another fee that I'd gotten for counseling.
Fine. $325, and what were the probation fines?
I'm not 100% sure, but I think it was somewhere around $280.
Okay, $280.
And then the counseling classes were about $350.
$955. Okay. So, right?
That's right.
So, stepfather says you mowed the lawn once. You say I mowed the lawn at least a couple of times. So what you're telling me is, how much property do you have, Mr. Deacon?
It's approximately half an acre.
So you think that you're worth almost $500 a mow for half an acre? Kirk, is that what you're telling me? Doesn't that sound stupid to you?
It does sound stupid.
It sounds, it does sound stupid. Well, I'm glad you at least say it does sound stupid. Because according to your stepfather, let's say you took your stepfather's figure of $325, and if you mow the lawn twice, according to you, that's $160 a mow. That's even high for half an acre, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
But it's not $500 a mow for half an acre. So you see, what I'm trying to get across to you, Kirk, is if you think that you're going to second-guess the answers to these questions, don't do it.
I'm not just second-guessing.
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay.
Because I just made you look very foolish, which wasn't your intention, I assume.
No.
Is this your girlfriend?
Yes.
So I assume you don't want to look like a fool in front of your girlfriend. Did he just look foolish?
I suppose.
You wouldn't think he's worth $500 to mow half an acre, would you?
I don't have a half an acre.
You know what half an acre looks like?
Yes.
You think that that's a lot of money to mow half an acre?
Yeah.
Yeah, unless he cuts it with the tweezers. When he only mowed the lawn once, did you say to him, hey, Kirk, the deal was you're supposed to mow the lawn for the summer?
I never see him, so, I mean, I came home from work, the lawn was mowed, and that was it. And he rarely ever talks to me. We never have contact, and he hasn't spoken to me in quite some time. So, no, I did not get the opportunity to do that.
Step up. What about you? Did you call your son and say to your son you were supposed to come over and mow the lawn?
That was originally for the $325. He had made a payment of like $100, I think, originally on that.
You gave him $100?
Yes.
Kirk, when you make a partial payment, that's evidence of a loan. Do you know that? I just taught you a piece of law. What's next?
For the next time, we had to pay court fines and court fees of, well, there were several. There was $918 to the 59th District Court. There was $200.
What is that? Was that for?
That was, he was either going to go to jail, or we paid $918 to keep him out of jail.
Was that a different time, Kirk?
It was for the driving on a suspended.
Well,
that's the only violation they bailed me out of jail for.
You had several of those, according to you.
Yes, I have had several, but that was the only one that they've bailed me out of jail for, the only time they've bailed me out of jail for anything.
Well, that's $918
And I'm
was court
deeply
costs.
under the impression, because in Zealand, the police I had got pulled over, and a police officer said that I was told on by Mr. and Mrs. Bell for driving on a suspended license. And so I was under the impression that my mother is the one who's told on me for driving on suspended and got me the bail fines, and I've been under the impression that she bailed me out of feeling sorry. And it's not something I've brought up to her because, you know, I don't...
Just a minute. So what you think is that your mother notified the police that you were driving on I'm speaking.
Yes, ma'am.
That you were driving on a suspended license because you were driving on a suspended license for the second time. And that you believe that the reason she bailed you out of jail was because she felt guilty about having told the police that you were breaking the law. Is that what you're telling me? I just want to make sure that that's what you're telling me.
Yes, Your Honor, but...
All right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Sorry, I mistakenly said the wrong person.
You make a lot of mistakes, Kirk.
Yeah, I do.
Where are you working now?
I work at the New Holland Brewery.
Oh.
And later today...
Was she with her husband or not with her husband?
Yes, for a few months, I guess, before he went to prison.
What they do, let you out by mistake?
Yes.
It's not a mistake now, is it?
No.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. David Deekema says his stepson, Kirk Smith, owes for loans to bail him out of jail. Kirk says his mother forgave the loan.
How much did you lend him altogether?
Altogether, it was $3,476.
And how much did he pay back?
$1,150.
Okay, Kirk, you got 30 seconds to convince me that you don't owe your stepfather $2,326. And your time starts right now.
Well, I feel that, you know...
Forget mowing the lawn.
I've forgotten about it. They haven't been, you know, done much for me, and this time that they helped me out, they told me, it wasn't my mom that told me I didn't have to pick it, it was Dave. He said, you know, don't worry about it, you know, get yourself on track and all that kind of stuff. And that is why I feel that I don't owe that.
I did tell him at one time that he did not have to worry about making timely payments because he could not make the payments, and that it was okay if we stretched it out beyond the original time that we set up, he and I agreed upon.
Which was what time?
We agreed upon 1 year to pay this money back, and so there were several times where he could not make any payments to me, and I said that that was okay, we'll just stretch the loan out longer, but that did not mean that he did not have to pay that.
You did not
back.
forgive the loan, you just gave him additional time to pay it.
That is correct.
Did you ever tell your son he didn't have to pay back the money?
No. No, it was Dave that told me that.
Well, that's not what you say in your answer. In your answer you say it was your mother.
Well, because earlier you asked me and you said that my mom told me it was Dave, and sorry, I mistakenly said the wrong person. I'm correcting myself now. It was Dave that had told me that, and he did say that.
You make a lot of mistakes, Kirk.
Yeah, I do.
Where are you working now?
I work at the New Holland Brewery.
Oh. Yeah, all these people think that that's very funny. I mean, it's rude of them, but there is a certain honesty about it that is inescapable. You owe your stepfather $2,326. Take care of your responsibilities. You're 21 years old?
Yes.
Stop making mistakes. You're getting too old to make mistakes.
Yeah, I know.
And I would suggest that you stop making mistakes, too. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I would like to see us move forward and be able to look beyond this.
I've never really, you know, gotten to know him to begin with.
Hopefully everybody can learn that this was a lesson and forgive.
The police officer in Zealand had told me that somebody had called the cops and he made inclination on who it was.
Just hope he learns from it, that's all.
I can't really say there's been much of a relationship to begin with, so...
I hope that we can have a relationship in the future.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Landers versus Lowry, step forward.
Forklift operator Darrell Landers is suing his ex-neighbor, Rochelle Lowry, for an unpaid loan for tires and lost wages. Rochelle is countersuing for assault and harassment.
Mr. Landers, it is your claim that you made a loan to the defendant during the time when she was separated from her husband. I assume this is your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
The loan was for tires for her car. You want that money back.
Yes.
You say that you gave her other monies, you paid for other things during the course of your brief relationship. You don't want that money back because that was a gift, but the tires clearly a loan.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Lowry says that the tires as well were a gift from you. There was never any discussion of repayment for the tires. And she has a counterclaim because she says that you became both abusive and assaultive when she reconciled with her husband. And she has a whole litany of things that you allegedly did to her. How did you meet her?
Met her, she moved into an apartment. It was a fourplex. She moved into an apartment right below, not right below me, but kitty corner below me.
Okay.
So they lived
and
there
when she moved into the apartment complex, was she with her husband or not with her husband?
Yes, for a few months, I guess, before he went to prison.
And when did he go to prison?
Imagine a year ago. Not sure the
Give me the
exact date.
month. When did he go to prison?
April.
April of 2003?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long was he incarcerated?
He got out of prison, was it April of this year?
January 8th.
And when did you begin a relationship with Miss Lowry?
Sometime around June of
A couple of months later.
2003, I guess, yes, ma'am.
Tell me how that started.
We just wound up, working in the yard together and all that, gardening and all that. I helped her out with some, stuff she needed done, and just wound up. She was going to get divorced because he was gone for 5 years. And
when was the loan for tires?
her mother-in-law's car broke down about 30 miles from the residence.
Mother-in-law's, did you say?
Yes. The tires were so bad, one was blown completely and the other one had treads sticking out of it.
Okay. When was that, sir?
February of 2004.
Well, you got out of jail in January, you said. Is that right?
Yes.
Did you go home?
I was back in jail. I think it was January
Okay, so you were back in jail?
17th, yes.
What did they do, let you out by mistake?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor, they did.
It's not a mistake now, is it?
No.
Okay, so she's on her way back from someplace. So what happened?
The next day, me and her stepfather went to go retrieve the car, so I put a spare on it, drove it with the one, real bald tire, about 5 miles to a tires place, put tires on it, and drove it back home.
What did she say to you, and what did you say to her that caused you to go back with her relative to get the car?
That she would pay me if I bought the tire. She would pay me as soon as she got her check, which is on the 3rd, and this was like February 29th, so I said, okay. So I charged it on my charge card. And then when it came time to pay me, she skipped town.
How much were the tires?
$107, I believe. I have the receipt right here in my credit card statement.
Can I see them, please?
Yes. I have pictures of the car also if you want to see it with the tires.
No.
Okay.
Well, but you're suing her for much more than that, sir.
It was for, I was told I could do it for wages for the days I missed for going to court, my day's wages.
No, you can't.
Okay, so then I guess you have to drop the day's wages.
$107.08. Okay, so I'll hear you.
Your Honor, Daryl did buy the tires for my mother-in-law's car. There was never no agreement on paying him back.
How did he get to the car in the first place?
With my stepfather.
And that was in February?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you remember it was the beginning of February or the end of February?
It was towards the end of February.
And when did your husband get out of prison? After they put him back and then
He got out at the end of March, beginning of April.
And where's the car now?
It's my mother-in-law's car. It's in the home with her in Wisconsin.
You don't drive it?
No, ma'am.
Were you driving it then in February?
Yes, ma'am.
And you were driving it in March?
The first part of March, yes.
Now tell me about your counterclaim.
I'm countersuing him for the damage he did to my house, to the apartment that I rented. I did not get my deposit back. Part of my deposit, I moved simply because of the fact that he was harassing me, stalking my daughter. I have a 22-month-old baby. Your Honor, I have pictures. I had a garden in the backyard. He dug up all my flowers. He dug up my rose bushes.
Did you see him do that?
Yes. He also kicked in my front door.
Just a second. Let's start. Did you dig up a garden?
No, ma'am.
Did you have to pay for that?
I paid for the flowers, not the part that he dug it up. No.
Okay. What else?
I don't know if he punched or kicked. I was inside of my living room, my front door. It was a big hole this size. I didn't get half my deposit back because of that.
When?
Also. That's right before I moved, the end of February.
Tell me about it.
I was inside of my house. This happened every day, Your Honor. He would call me.
Just tell me what happened at the end of February.
I was inside of my house with my daughter, and he was banging on the door and banging on the door. Let me in, you owe me money.
Oh, just let me in, you owe me money.
Can I say it on TV?
Shh, just a second. Let me in, you owe me money.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you say to him?
I said, Daryl, you're drinking. You're not coming in my house. No. Quit calling me. Quit coming over here.
So he wanted his money. And you already told him that you weren't going to see him anymore.
I told him to stay away from the house, yes.
Okay.
I was very scared of him.
Okay. When did you start to get scared of him?
After I seen through him, my husband kept warning me.
Just a second. When did you start to get scared of him?
Very scared of him?
No, let's say a little bit scared of him.
The beginning of the year.
Beginning of January?
Before he even bought the tires.
So why did you let him buy the tires?
I didn't have any other choice. I was a single mom. I was sick. I had no money.
Why'd you get a job?
I'm disabled, Your Honor.
What's the matter with you?
I have Wagner's vasculitis.
What does that mean?
It's like a form of cancer. It attacks my heart, my lungs, and my kidneys.
And when were you diagnosed with that illness?
1994.
It seems to me you can do everything else except work. You can have a husband, you can have a house, you can take care of your house, you can take care of a garden, you can drive all over Wisconsin. What you can't do is work. That's peculiar. He wants $107 for the tires. You went back to your husband. Give him the $107. Okay? You got it? Good. Counterclaims dismissed. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The whole time I kind of knew she was using me somewhat, but towards the end I thought it was just, that's all it was for.
It was an everyday thing. He gave me money, gifts, helped me pay my bills. The tires was no exception.
She's way out there. I don't know what she's talking about.
I'm not real pleased with all of it, so. And I just think that he got lucky that the only thing that happened here was a court proceeding.
She had different guys over there all the time, 3, 4 in the morning. I had no idea what was going on, and, you know, as far as I know, she was still getting divorced, but, you know, it's just ours just got through ball until it fell apart, you know.
I think that my wife wears her heart on her sleeve, and she thinks everybody's good, but sooner or later, somebody wants something for whatever they give them.
Jones versus Bell.
Thank you, Bert.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Jones, according to the complaint that I've read, the defendant, who was your former girlfriend and your fiancé, owes you for certain things, according to you. You say that while you were either engaged or dating, a car was purchased that you paid for.
Yes.
How much was the car?
$1,623.
Okay. And that while the car was in her possession, being used by the defendant, and the two of you were together, you maintained the car. So when the car needed repairs, who took it in?
I did in the beginning. We moved to Little Rock, and I was gone 10 hours a day, and I entrusted Kelly to make the maintenance.
So she took the car in to be repaired?
No, she didn't take it in to be repaired. The car henceforth died. The motor seized from lack of attention, mechanical attention, and it's dead.
So? So's your romance. Tell me about this loan for $1,623.
We had an agreement when I bought the car that she would repay me. This was the agreement from the beginning of our relationship.
No, just tell me about the car. I don't know.
The car was, I will purchase a car if she reimburses me.
That's not true, Your Honor.
Just a second.
It is true.
When did you purchase the car? When did you purchase the car?
I purchased the car $415.99.
And when did your relationship eventually terminate?
Officially it terminated Thanksgiving last year.
The repairs, the upkeep on the car was paid by you?
Correct.
From May of 1999 through November of 1999, how much did she pay you back on this alleged loan?
0.
Why didn't you discuss it with her?
I did, many times.
Yes. And what happened?
Nothing. Nothing happened.
I talked. And yet you continued to pay for the repairs?
Correct.
Even though she wasn't paying for the car?
Correct.
Car now is useless?
Correct.
Well, you don't get much for $1,600 for a Mercedes. How old a Mercedes was this?
I believe it was a 69.
What year?
It was in 1970, and he paid $1,000 for it. It was a donation car. And
Here's
he paid,
the receipt for the
$1,000 for the
purchase.
car, Your Honor.
Let me see.
There's the purchase.
Just a second. When did you buy the car?
$415.99.
Where?
From Memory Lane. It was a donation car.
That's not, the date's not correct, Your Honor.
It is. That's the receipt from Memory Lane.
Who went to pick out the car?
I did.
Where was she?
At home.
How come you didn't go with him?
Because he was going to stop by and look at the car after work. And I didn't want to go with him and spend all day sitting in a car from 7 a.m. in the morning until 3 or 4 in the afternoon.
So he went by himself?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of an arrangement did you have with regard to paying him back for this car?
There was no arrangement. At the time we moved to Little Rock, we only had one vehicle. I was not working because I did not have a car. And when he bought me the car, there was never, it was a gift because I wanted to go to work.
Did you start working immediately after
Yes,
you
ma'am.
purchased the car?
Yes, ma'am.
No, she didn't.
How much later?
A little over a month because her
Okay,
niece
so-
and nephew moved in and she had to babysit them for a
Okay,
month.
so let's say a
half.
month. But within a month, she went back to work.
Part-time.
She went to work. But she didn't start paying you back for the car. Did you ask her to sign a note for this car?
No.
Your Honor, he...
I did not.
Why not?
Because at the time she's my fiance and I trusted what she told me. I don't...
Mr. Jones, do you think that if you got married, she was going to give you back this money for the car?
Yes, I did. I believe she would at least start contributing money to the relationship, which she never did.
That's a different thing. Contributing money to the relationship is a different thing than paying you back on a specific loan. So is what you're telling me that you believe that were your engagement to have developed into a marriage, she would have still owed you this $1,600?
Yes. That was the agreement we had made.
I don't believe that. Let's get on to the other things that you're suing her for. You're suing her for the return of the engagement ring that he's entitled to. You
Yes,
understand
ma'am.
that?
Yes, ma'am.
The engagement was broken, and my judgment, an engagement ring is given in contemplation of marriage, and if the contract is breached, for whatever reason, whoever breaches it, he's entitled to the ring back. So?
Yes, ma'am, I agree. The ring was lost and stolen 6 months before we even started having any problems.
It's
Is
not
that true?
No,
Yes,
no, it's
Your
not.
Honor, it is true.
No,
Just a second.
she said she lost the engagement ring in December. Before she moved out of the house. She informed me a month before she moved out.
That's what I'm asking you.
Yes.
That's what I'm asking you. Before the relationship was terminated,
I had
she
told
came
him...
home one day and said the ring was either lost or stolen? Is
No.
that what, well, how did it happen, sir?
No, we ended the relationship at Thanksgiving when she stranded me at the airport and left me there, and when she picked me up, she got drunk. That's why I ended the relationship.
I
It
don't
was
care why you
Thanksgiving.
ended the relationship,
Then
sir.
she told me after this, several weeks after this, that she had lost the engagement ring. And she did not tell me when she lost it. She may have lost it 6 months before, but she did not inform me of that.
Well, didn't you see her not wearing the ring?
I did not. I didn't ask her about it.
He asked me several times, Kelly, where's your ring? I
No,
said, I'm
that's not
looking
true.
for it.
She
I
never-
think I
she
left it
never
at work.
looked
It was
for it.
stolen at work. I know it was
She
stolen
never.
at work.
Why? How could it be stolen? Someone stole it off her finger at work.
How can
up
you
until
not-
then, I had never seen her take it off.
Up until when?
Up until the time she told me it was gone.
You hadn't noticed it not on her hand? Did she
I did
wear it?
not.
I mean, I'm not talking about the Hope diamond here, because according
It
to
was
you...
a 1-carat platinum diamond ring. How can you not notice it?
Listen to me.
Excuse me.
Whatever it was, you got a good deal, because according to you, you spent $650 for the ring. Is that right?
That is correct.
$650 for a 1-carat platinum diamond ring. I want to know where you do your shopping. I'm going.
There's the receipt.
Can I have it, please? Okay, good. Then you claim, Mr. Jones, that she owes you for some damage to your property that was done by her dogs. Want to tell me about that?
Well, there's a lot of vet bills that lead up into that. Yeah.
I'm not
some-
interested in the vet bills.
Yeah, her dogs chewed up a couple pairs of my work boots, a Christmas gift I received from my grandmother the year before, and a carpet that I had purchased.
Were you living together at the time?
Yes, we were out in the house in Little Rock.
So, you expect her to reimburse you for
I
that?
only expect her to reimburse me on the items she said she would. She was responsible for the dogs. They were her dogs.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Matthew Jones says his ex-fiancée, Kelly Bell, owes him for an unpaid loan and damage to his belongings caused by her dogs. Matthew says Kelly also owes him for a lost engagement ring.
Are you telling me you said to her, you have to replace these boots because these are your dogs?
Incorrect. That is not what I said. That
I
is
didn't
not
think
how,
so.
That is not how the conversation transpired.
Well, how did the conversation transpire?
What transpired is I've got destroyed boots. I'm upset. They're
So?
very expensive work boots.
Yes.
Kelly volunteered to reimburse me for them. They were her dogs. I never approached her with, hey, you owe me. I've never said, hey, you owe me, ever in this relationship. All I'm asking for is what we agreed on orally that she would reimburse me for personal bills I incurred maintaining her.
Mr. Jones?
Because she's living
Yeah,
with me, that makes
Mr.
me
Jones.
responsible for her car.
You're angry.
I'm hurt.
Well, you may be angry, you may be hurt, and all I can tell you is what I've said to many women who were usually standing in your place with the guy on this side. You're really much better off for yourself to put a period and get over it. Now, I think that you are absolutely entitled to $650 from her for the engagement ring. I'm going to tell you why. If through her own negligence, unless she can show me a police report where she filed a report that the ring was stolen, the ring was misplaced, if it was misplaced at all, due to her negligence. And you shouldn't be out that money. I am not persuaded, however, that the car that was purchased was a loan.
Then why would I buy a car? I already owned a vehicle.
You bought a car because the two of you...
I would not buy her
listen to
another
me.
one unless I was going to be reimbursed.
I don't believe that, Mr.
I'm the
Jones.
only
I'm telling
one
you,
who was working at the
I'm
time.
telling
I
you.
was the only one providing an income for both of us. I was paying every
Absolutely
bill,
right.
and
Mr.
she
Jones.
needed to get to work. She
Mr.
refused
Jones,
to work.
you are.
And she had to come
You're
up with a vehicle.
speaking and I'm speaking. I can tell you only one thing, sir. I can't hear you when I'm speaking, because when I'm speaking, I only listen to one voice. What you just said to me further emphasizes the fact that you didn't expect at the time to be reimbursed for this car, because you said to me, at the time I purchased this car, I was supporting the entire household. She wasn't working. She had no source of income. I wanted to get her working. That's why she got the car, because she couldn't get a job unless she had a car. I do not believe, and I am the judge of the facts in this trial, that there was a valid agreement for her to repay you for this car that either you paid $1,000 for or $1,600 for, or the bills to maintain the car. According to you, she had absolutely no way of repaying that money at the time that you bought the car. As far as the dogs are concerned, that's sort of foolish. People living together with an idea of getting married.
That's not what I'm suing for on the dogs. I am suing for vet bills, money I had to pay to the vet to maintain the dog's health. I'm not, I didn't
Don't
even,
do it.
You don't let someone you love dogs die because they can't afford to pay the dog.
Did you buy her the dogs?
No, I did not buy her the dogs.
She bought the dogs herself?
They were free. They were mutts.
Who brought the dogs home?
I drove in my car to pick up one from Little Rock. The other one I got as a stray from a gentleman I worked with at work.
So the answer is you brought the dogs into the house?
No.
Mr. Jones.
So I got to suffer?
No, just answer my question, sir. You brought the dogs into the
No, I
house.
only brought one dog in. She carried the other dog in.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $650 as indicated. I believe she owes you for the ring. Miss Bell, you're well out of it.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He beat the dogs in the head with the boots that they chewed up. And that's all I have to say. Trust no one but God and your animals. That's the only comment.
I didn't bring up any dirt. I didn't bring up anything about that. I just wanted what she promised to pay me back.
And now the next case.
All parties on Jerome versus Gray. Step forward, please.
30-year-old computer support technician Michael Jerome is suing his ex-wife, 28-year-old administrative technician Christina Gray, for an overpayment of child support. Christina is countersuing for attorney fees and alienation from their daughter.
Mr. Jerome, you and the defendant had once been married. You have one child. You have a daughter together?
Yes.
Who is 8?
Yes.
For a period of time after you were divorced or while separated, your daughter lived with your former wife. More recently, after a lengthy custody battle, I assume, you were awarded full-time custody of your daughter.
Yes.
There was a time when child support, which was being paid to the defendant, was coming right out of your check.
That's right.
And your claim is that the money continued to come out of your check after the time that your daughter came to reside with you on a full-time basis.
Yes.
So you want to be reimbursed for the overpayment for child support. In what amount do you believe you have overpaid child support?
$642, I believe.
When did your daughter come to live with you on a full-time basis?
Christmas Eve, 1999.
And do you have pay stubs to show child support paid after that date?
I have the accounting from the child support.
I'll see it. defense to his request for the overpayment is, in fact, he still owes you some money.
Yes.
In arrears.
That's correct.
I'm looking at this, sir. Do you still owe arrears on the original order?
No, I don't. When I was awarded custody, the judge made it clear that he was awarding attorney's fees in the amount to offset the arrearage, and we would have a clean slate.
Well, let me see that order where he says that. Let me see if... Oh, well, that's very easy, sir. I don't know why you're here. Because according to the printout from the sport collection unit that you've given me, you did, in fact, pay, pursuant to the income deduction order, after your daughter was in your custody, an amount of $642.
Yes.
That's clear. It is also clear from what you have given me that you are thousands of dollars in arrears on the original order from when your daughter was living with your former wife, right? And what the court has said, yes. It says total billed, $13,000 and change. Total to date collected, $9,172. So even according to this, giving you credit for the $642, you still owe her over $4,000 in arrears.
That's not right.
Well, that's what this paper says, sir.
The judge ordered there to be a zero balance at the time of the transfer.
Show me where the judge said that there's a zero balance. Take a look. Well, that's a different order. That's a good order. I don't know how you managed that. Judge must have been very angry with you because this order says that the petitioner, that's him, has incurred $5,043 in reasonable attorney's fees and that he is in arrears of approximately $5,043. Petitioner has fully paid and satisfied, therefore, the judgment for child support up to and through April 1st, 2000. End of case. So he must have been angry at the protracted nature of this case for some reason. In any event, you owe him $642. That's the overpayment. All right. Now, let's get to your counterclaim. Ms. Gray, you're counterclaiming for $5,000 for mental anguish and lost wages as a result of endless court appearances and mediations.
Correct, Your Honor.
I don't think that you get paid for that, do you?
Your Honor, this is 9 years of ongoing court battles that have got nothing to do with anything but him being angry because I left 8 years ago and taking my daughter.
I assume that there were periods of time when you were not visiting with your daughter, is that right?
Yes.
And were those periods of time during which there were court-ordered visitations?
Yes.
Ms. Gray, what I'm telling you is I'm an old family court practitioner, and there has to be some very serious circumstance before a judge will transfer custody of a child from one parent to another.
That's what my attorney told me, too. That's why he was so confident we wouldn't lose Chelsea.
Well, your attorney may have told you that. However, what I'm telling you is when it appears that the child is being deprived of an ongoing and meaningful relationship with one parent because another parent is frustrating orders of visitation, after a while what happens is the judge says, I'm going to give you one more chance, and if we don't follow through with it, you're going to lose custody. And your attorney says to you, that's never going to happen. They're never going to take your little girl away from you. Does that sound a little bit familiar to you?
Very familiar.
Right.
Never mind
because,
that he
because
denied
that,
the visitation.
Because aside from serious abuse or neglect, that's the only reason that judges will take a child away from one parent who has been the custodial parent for years because that parent is frustrating the relationship with the child with the other parent. Judge got fed up. Your counterclaim's dismissed. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $642. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I had 6 months at a time where I didn't know where my daughter was.
In the last 9 years, they've been telling her, your mommy doesn't love you, you're going to come live with us forever and ever, scaring her half to death.
If I was trying to alienate my daughter from her biological mother, I'd show her the death threat that she sent to my ex-wife.
The best outcome is for little Miss Thing to drop out so that I can work things out between my ex-husband and...
Jalea. ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਜੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ, ਹੋਰ ਮੁਹੱਬਤ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ। ਤੇਰਾ ਮੁਖੜਾ ਵੇਖ ਕੇ ਸੋਚਾਂ, ਐਸੀ ਸੂਰਤ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ। ਆਸ਼ਕ ਨਾ ਤੇ ਮੌਤੋਂ ਡਰਦੇ, ਨਾ ਬੁੱਲਾਂ ਤੇ ਸੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ। ਹਰ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਲ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਯਾਰੋ ਸੱਚੀ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ। ਪਹਿਲੇ ਤੋੜ ਦੀ ਬੋਤਲ ਵਰਗੀ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਪੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ। ਪਿਓ ਦਾ ਲੱਕ ਜੋ ਦੋਹਰਾ ਕਰਦੀ, ਉਹ ਮਾੜੇ ਦੀ ਧੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ। ਯਾਰ ਸੈਫੀ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਦੱਸਾਂ, ਆਖਰ ਉਲਫਤ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਏ। ਦੁੱਖਾਂ ਸੂਰਤ ਬੁਲਾ ਛੱਡੀ ਏ, ਸ਼ਕਲ ਬੇਸ਼ਕਲ ਬਣਾ ਛੱਡੀ ਏ। ਤੂੰ ਹੀ ਦਿਲ ਤੇ ਰੱਖੀ ਫਿਰਨਾ, ਅਸਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਦਿਲੋਂ ਮੁਕਾ ਛੱਡੀ। ਤੇਰੀ ਫੋਟੋ ਕੰਧ ਤੂੰ ਲਾ ਕੇ ਪੇਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਲੁਕਾ ਛੱਡੀ। ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ, ਮੁੱਕਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਮੁਕਾ ਛੱਡੀ। ਅੱਗੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਭਾਗ ਨੀ ਕੁੜੀਏ, ਸਖੀਆਂ ਪੀਂਗ ਜੁਟਾ ਛੱਡੀ। ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸਾਹ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਹ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾਰੀ ਖੇਡ ਵਜਾ ਛੱਡੀ। ਤੇਰੀ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਲੱਭਦੇ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਾਤ ਗਵਾ ਛੱਡੀ।